Welcome to Unrolled, episode 92. My name is Mike. Now let's just go around the table and say who you are. Drew, do you have any... Can you hear you? Like in post, can you hear him?
I hope so.
Yeah? Okay.
Not as good as...
There you go. Yeah, let's share.
There we go.
Let's share. There you go.
Let's lean into it.
All right, lean into it. Say who you are. I'm Mike.
Drew.
Chuck.
Hey, all right.
Jeremy.
I'm Renee.
And Renee is our special guest. Or special need. I don't know.
Dr. Renee.
Dr. Renee. Why in the world did you agree to come on?
You know, I
Like,
feel like he asked me because he was desperate, and so I agreed to say yes because he's already asked me like 3 times and I've said no. So I said yes.
Well, she made the time.
Persistence breaks resistance.
Yes, persistence.
Okay. Gotcha.
Did you smell the desperation?
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, I know how podcasts work, and you guys are always looking for another special guest, and times get rough sometimes, so here I am.
Right on. Bless your heart.
You notice he never invites any black people on here.
Whoa. There is no hate in the 618.
There is no hate in the 618.
Do we need a sticker on the wall to
Except
say
for
that?
bagels. Except for bagels.
No, I just enjoyed half that bagel.
Fuck the bagel guy.
Fuck the buttholes?
Fuck the bagel guy.
Fuck the buttholes? C&B buttholes?
Listen, the internet told me that I can't like the bagel guy, so I don't like the bagel guy.
Well, as long
Gotta
as
do what the internet says.
Hey, as long as you believe something, I don't care.
Hey,
The internet.
the internet is never wrong.
Renee, would you like to say what you do? I hate my audio this far away, but that's okay. No, you're good. Who cares? No, you're good.
I'll lean over.
Jeremy, you just sit there and be quiet.
You're more important. Renee, what do you do?
I am a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Yes,
And do you have your own spot?
I do.
Where at?
It's in Godfrey.
Nice. You did work with Drew in his office?
I did for about 3 years.
Yeah.
Was it?
He was really slowing you down, so you had to go get your own spot?
No. It was, I really needed to change my schedule to accommodate my son's schedule, so
Gotcha.
I had to.
That's a really, really nice excuse
You know,
to get the
having,
hell out of Yeah, to get out of
having a
Drew's off.
child, you really do get legitimate excuses for a lot of things.
Were you just-
Even though it's not always convenient, you do have a lot of excuses for things. But that was not an excuse. That was a necessity.
You were just tired of him dressing better than you.
You know, he does dress better than me.
No, I do not.
He does. He would be in there, I just go with my I just, do my active wear, and he's wearing all of this stuff, and I'm like, you're so much more stylish than me, but I didn't care.
Renee, right now, currently, how many pieces of flair do you have?
How many pieces of flair?
Yeah, how many pieces of flair are you wearing right now?
Right.
I don't.
Rings, necklace,
Oh, I have a.
wedding ring on?
That's
and
it.
Earrings?
No,
nothing.
No, I am very fucking plain.
1, 2,
I know, and ask him.
3,
Are you?
4, 5.
I'm going to count the patches flair too. So let's go ahead and throw 7. How many bracelets is that? Is that fucking 4, or is that just one big one?
one.
One. Okay, that looks like 4. So you got a lot of flair just in sight.
Yes.
I appreciate you doing the minimum, but
It is the minimum.
it
today.
is the minimum.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You're going to have to step that up.
Yeah. Is that what you want to be known for, Drew? Is
thought you
doing
said
the minimum?
I thought you said you wanted to express yourself.
Is this what you want to express? Minimum effort?
Yeah.
Maybe after that TPS file gets
Yeah.
we'll step it up.
We're referring to a movie from a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
just
over
here.
here.
Luckily,
You're
and I
nerding
never.
I'm just here, and I just thought you were flaming on him. So
No,
I'm just here to
no.
listen.
Well, yes, and we made a movie reference so he wouldn't cry later.
You can't just flame just a flame.
Very
There's got to be
can't?
obscure references.
Yeah,
involved.
you got to,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
that
makes
way
it
it doesn't.
okay.
Doing it wrong all these years.
Yeah, that way it doesn't sound hateful. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of hateful, I've got a German dad joke.
Okay.
Oh gosh. All right, let's do it.
Cool. You ready? We do dad jokes around here.
Right.
Oh, well, I do. All right. You ready?
Yeah. I've been gone a week.
Gotta simmer down. Knock knock.
I think I heard this. Who's that?
Knock knock.
Who's that?
We will be asking the questions.
That's very
Got that one out.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Good
You
job.
sounded really good too.
You did.
I'm like,
Yeah, good.
All right.
Good. I hope that comes through.
Right, it definitely came through.
Yeah. I lived there for years, so that's probably why.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
I lived in Mexico for a while, and New Mexico.
That's why you're always eating tacos.
I love tacos, though, bro. Fucking tacos.
Just found out there's a taco joint in Granite City. It's, I think, fairly new.
Who posted that? Somebody.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Chris Hudzik in Collinsville did. And, oh my God, it looks amazing. I got to go.
So I had some goat,
I like
some
goat.
actual barbacoa, some steamed goat.
Yeah.
Went down to Fairmount City before the racetrack, and hit up the old grocery store there and hit the back.
El Rancherito?
El Rancherito.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
Places, what's up?
Yeah. So finally,
Dude, goat is
so good.
It's good when it's
So
prepared right.
good.
I had it for the first time in Kuwait. I didn't know I was eating goat, and like every week we would get steak, and it was all you can eat. And man, we would chow down,
Right.
and then come to find out
It wasn't steak. It wasn't cow steak.
It was a steak.
Yeah.
I had the same experience. We went to Mexico. I went to Mexico for a wedding.
Yeah.
With not now extended family, but back then, and we went to their house in the morning, and I was petting this goat because I couldn't understand anybody else, right? I couldn't understand nobody, so I'm just over petting this goat, talking to this goat, right? And for like 2 hours, I'm just
What a
petting this
great
goat,
reason to pet
talking
a
to this
goat.
goat.
I can't talk
And
to
then-
anybody else.
And then, right, well, nobody was talking to me anyway. So, and even if they did, I couldn't understand them.
Fucking
So,
Right.
later that night,
Yeah, made it real, didn't they?
so I hadn't ate all day because they told me not to drink the water. So when you tell me not to drink the water, should I really be eating the food?
Right, because it's prepared with the water.
Right.
Yeah.
So I hadn't ate, so I was super, super hungry, and I'm just shoveling this meat, just shoveling it in my. I had like 3 plates, and because it was all you can eat, there was a lot of it, and I had like 3 plates, and then finally they look at me and they go, "You know what you're eating, right?" And I go, "That goat from this morning," and I was like, well, "That son of a bitch tastes good," and I just kept. I had another plate.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, no,
It's real good.
It's all how it's prepared.
Have you ever had any of the exotic meats, if you will?
The exotic meat.
No, I have had alligator before,
Gator's good.
and
Was it fried?
yeah,
Yeah,
so you
fried.
can't tell.
It's always fried.
You can't tell. Anything's fried. It's
Basically
pretty much like
chicken.
chicken.
It's always-
Exactly.
yeah, it's always
So,
fried.
Right.
no, that's about it.
No shark?
No shark.
Shark's good.
Shark
you can
shark
get
steak's
grilled.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
grilled
Yeah, you
shark
can't-
is super good.
You can't-
how much
Cybergs doesn't
different
have
is
that
it
no more.
than, tuna's a really
weird.
big
Yeah,
fish.
tuna's good. Yeah,
So
good
how does
tuna's
it how
good.
does it compare?
It's a little more like grouper. It's a little more steaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little thicker.
Yeah, it's
it
more
fishy?
dense.
Yeah, dense. is a
It's
better word.
it's not super fishy.
No.
No, it's
No.
way more
It
like
takes the flavor of the grill, really.
it really does, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a tuna. It's
Well, anything fresh though is not going to be fishy
Right, absolutely.
in my
yeah.
experience. But
Unless you
grouper,
get like fresh catfish.
That's river fish. That's river
but you
fish,
know
yeah.
what? My dad would always catch catfish from the river, and he would always soak it in salt water for 24 hours,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
always got the fish taste.
Yeah,
out.
do it, Brian.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
totally.
Yep.
Hey, you guys know what you're doing. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, pressure
soak
cook
it.
carp.
Yep, soak it.
You
Ew,
get that?
I don't know if
Like
I can
that.
eat carp.
You
Those,
pressure
one,
cook it,
those ones
sorry.
that jump out of into your boat and
Yeah.
hit you and shit.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know which ones. The ones that we had in our lake were not those.
No, I'm talking like the invasive ones.
No,
Like,
you're supposed to eat those now because the government said so. It's on the internet. So
Yeah.
Chuck started eating.
They're on the top of the food pyramid now.
Yeah, they are.
Go get them, boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it says something when nothing else is eating them. Then. Though.
Yeah, right.
I sure should.
100%. Yeah.
Well, the
Would you eat human?
China. Yeah, I would.
I would too.
I would.
I totally would.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't like.
Would you eat human?
Yeah.
If I was
yeah.
crashing,
Yeah,
if
me
I was
too.
crashing the Alps or something, I need it.
See, I would. If I just went to a restaurant, and they're like, this guy donated his organs, and like, yeah,
I'll eat the shit out of Soylent Green.
I would totally try it.
Yeah, I would.
I would. I mean,
How cool is that?
it
Meat's
would be
meat.
pretty
Oh, yeah.
crazy. The only thing is, like, that really, like, the whole thing, like, that part of me that like just like with sex and transfer of like energy and shit.
yeah.
Like when you eat something, you get that energy, that adrenaline, that
So I say.
So I don't know. Like it would have to be a really good human. I think.
I say I would, but
Right.
I got frog legs one time.
Oh. Yeah.
And so then I started doing the Looney Tunes things. I was like, "Hello, my baby, hello, my," and I couldn't eat them because I now it's this.
Oh, now you just made it like
cartoon.
humanizing.
Yeah, it's a relatable cartoon character that from my childhood, and I was like, and I was dancing with it on the plate, and I was like, and I never.
So if you got served human feet, would you do it? You'd be like,
yeah, I mean, it would have to be a different song.
The old
'cause
soft
Don't they say?
Kobe.
And Drew, you might know this because I think it's actually a conspiracy. Don't they say that it changes the chemistry in your brain if you ate human?
No,
I don't know. I mean,
Well,
It does.
they say it does it to livestock.
Does something
when livestock
to
eats its own.
So
yeah, it does something to the
That's what they
chemistry
say.
in your brain
I've heard
when
that
you
too.
well, when birds eat birds,
when you cannibalize.
when birds eat birds, it's actually good for the bird. The bone marrow that's in the bird's bones and stuff like that. Your mom
Birds
had
aren't
birds,
real.
right? So like when I had birds, I would feed them the chicken bones, and the bone marrow that was in the chicken bones was actually super good for the big cockatoos I had.
So your birds were cannibals.
In
a sense, I mean-
Actually, I had one of them because they're real big. They're giant.
Yeah.
I had one holding a bucket of chicken, and I took a picture of it. So.
Is it?
That's
I
wild.
think the
Because
different
I thought it was cute.
species of bird though makes it different, don't it?
Yeah, like I'm sure, like not all birds eat. Well, I don't know. The girls got chickens, and I threw chicken bones out there, and they sure ate those.
If a vulture is hovering over a dead
but chickens
vulture, I bet it's gonna
Chickens
eat
will
it.
eat anything.
Chickens are goddamn dinosaurs, dude.
Well, I know.
So,
Yeah, sure.
I caught one like
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
You got a dinosaur?
Yeah,
Good for you.
yeah, a little one.
Wow,
Yeah, I put it back in
Yeah,
its.
chickens are just little dinosaurs.
I put it back in its cage. Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah. I kind of like chickens. They just run around fucking fighting all the time.
Badass.
Yeah.
Right.
They actually shit on everything.
They do.
They
They
shit
get
on
them.
everything. I don't go. I've yet
I
to.
grew up on a
They
farm.
have to
Get a
they have
mean
to have their
rooster.
poop.
Get
No.
a mean rooster. You
Also,
won't like chickens no more.
actually,
The
a
na-
disease
the na-
in chicken's poop.
Yeah.
That I forget what kind of parasite it is, but my friend who's an optometrist, she said she had a patient come in that had a chicken coop, and her retina was getting eaten by something. Like she had holes in her retina.
Like from a
And-
parasite?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from chickens.
Yeah.
So
I
I've
think
always
get
wanted a
meningitis
chicken-
from it too, but that's all. That's all.
So I've
Poop.
always wanted a chicken coop, but I don't know. I guess you have to make sure like
Wash
you
your hands and not be a
deparasite
dirty
or, like,
person.
don't walk around without shoes. I don't know, but if they're free range, how do you not? I like to walk around barefoot.
Well, like the chickens
Don't
stay
lick
in
your
one.
feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no, they absorb
I know,
it through the.
I
Okay,
know.
I didn't know. I didn't know if you didn't know.
Don't be a toe sucker, and you're fine.
I didn't know if you were that uneducated about it.
Well,
Well,
Skin absorbs
we're just getting to
things.
know each other.
Right.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I start off nice.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I start off
sleep, so I'm a little
uneducated.
crabby.
It's all good.
You don't. Like, I mean, you don't know.
You don't know,
You don't
especially
know.
at this table.
yeah.
You never
So
know.
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you. I like benefits.
Okay.
Yeah, I like chicken too, though. I haven't eaten chicken in a really long time.
Really?
Yeah, I do like eggs. I love eggs.
Yeah. I eat eggs almost. I didn't eat this morning.
Mostly vegetarian, but I do eat some
Made that
eggs.
smear though.
No, yeah, I ate just now, but I had a bagel. I normally have 2 eggs and some super greens or something in the morning, almost
Yeah.
every morning. And this morning I just had to get out of the house. I was just fucking crabby.
Yeah,
So
it happens.
yeah, some robot walked by my window at fucking 6, and I fell asleep at 3. So I was gonna go chase him down. So
Yeah, I had a really rough
Yeah.
night of sleep myself.
Yeah.
It was weird. I think it's the full moon coming up.
you know what?
Ooh,
Or
it's
the
blue
seven.
moon, isn't
It's the
it?
second full moon of the month.
Why is it a blue moon?
I don't know.
It happens once in a blue moon.
Because
who
it's-
was in here
it's
talking
been
about
drinking.
the
Two-
local meth head?
Blue moon is because it's the second full moon in the calendar month.
Oh.
That's why it's called a blue moon.
There we
Okay.
go.
Who was in here a couple weeks ago talking about the local meth head with the dog?
Oh, is that Travis?
He's walking the dog all over the
Is
place.
Is it the dog with like one eye?
No, it's a little
Oh,
dog.
well,
It's a little
that
dog.
one-
So that's like the Lowe's and Home
He's
Depot.
got a baby
He doesn't
carrier
have
now.
him anymore.
Oh,
That little dog. He
somebody
doesn't-
take it.
No,
I
this
don't-
is
I don't
this
know what
guy.
happened
This
to
guy
the
definitely.
baby.
I seen him this morning. But
Must
he's
be
got a
the
baby.
one.
He's got a baby carrier stroller now that the dog's in the baby stroller.
Well, it has to be the same one, so we just got a new dog. Maybe.
Yeah, I would bet so because that's the same MO as.
What are you talking
Because
about?
he had
I
another
was talking
dog,
about the same guy.
And that dog
Probably.
died.
It's a young white dude.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
he's not young.
No,
He's
no,
old.
okay.
No.
Def-
He's old.
This is
So
the
new-
This is local method.
Oh, okay, so
not
we're thinking local. In the
So you got a
whole
copycat
area.
method.
yeah, you got a
Yes.
copycat method.
They really do make a lot of money whenever they're strolling around a dog that tugs on everybody's heartstrings.
I'm like,
Can't do it with kids anymore.
I don't
People get
think
angry
I don't
about
think
that.
he's tugging on any heartstrings. He's a rough looking dude. I don't
He's a
think
rough
anybody's
looking
going near him to
What do
give
you
him
think of
a
that?
dollar.
Do you like that? Something
I don't know,
different?
yeah,
Yeah.
different taste. It's not too like rough, like too
Yeah.
like harsh.
No, super
Are
smooth.
you talking about the
Good cigar.
method?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not too
Yes.
harsh. It's
Yeah.
very sweet.
Super smooth
Smooth.
taste.
This smell.
Yeah.
Talking about eating humans.
Yeah. Tastes really good. Well seasoned.
Yeah,
Super-
well seasoned.
Super tender.
So what made you want to become a chiropractor, Dr. Renee?
I really don't have a great story for you. You know, most people will be like, "Oh, chiropractic changed my life."
Thanks
This,
for
that, or
watching. Oh.
Thanks for watching. It's just, I mean, it's not necessarily boring, but it isn't one of those. It's.
Can you just make some shit
No
up?
origin.
I
Well,
mean,
what is
I'm
the?
not a good storyteller. Like,
What's
I'm
the
just
origin?
straight up.
How did it happen?
So how
Maybe
did
not
it
why,
happen?
but how.
Well, so it really came down to the principles that I had even as a child. I did not like taking medicine. It never made sense to me. My mom would always try to give me this, that, or the other, and I watched. Have you guys seen The Sixth Sense?
Oh yeah.
And do you remember that mom putting the medicine in that little girl's soup and killed her?
Yeah.
So I watched that movie at a young age. So I'm like, Mom, you're just trying to poison me.
Oh,
like, what
yeah.
is this? Like, what is this supposed
There's
to
some
do?
truth to that.
Oddly true.
Unbeknownst to the parents.
Oddly true.
Yeah.
I mean, and so I
Totally.
would always ask her, okay, like, what's this for? What's it supposed to do? Like, how is this supposed to make me better? And she never had a good answer for it.
No,
So
they
I'm like,
just do as told.
I'm not taking that. So
Good for
the
you.
traditional, I always knew I wanted to be in the medical field, but the traditional medical route, it just didn't, like giving somebody a pill or prescribing medication for a problem that somehow fixes the way that the body functions. It never really made sense to me.
Right.
And
Like you think you're sort
No
of like playing
one-
God.
no one could
It
ever
really is.
make it make sense to me either with knowing how the body works, this, that, or the other. So I had no idea what chiropractic was until somebody mentioned it, and I think I was 18 at the time. And trying to figure out I was going to go to school to be a dentist. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But changed my mind
Good for
with
you.
that. Changed my
choice,
mind
yeah.
with that. And so whenever somebody told me about chiropractic, I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah, it aligns with
to
you.
me.
Right.
So I shadowed a chiropractor. He took me through like the whole process, and I'm like, this is something that I think I really would enjoy doing. And he gave me my first adjustment, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally do this. It's kind of just like you're a mechanic for the body, and the way things move a certain way. They're
Yeah.
supposed to move a certain way, and your job is to figure out why it doesn't move a certain way and help to fix that and facilitate somebody keeping it that way.
Yeah.
And it just made sense to me.
So
I
so
don't really
that's
have
a great
story.
that
It
is a
just-
great
it
story.
It's a
just
good
makes
origin
sense.
Yeah,
story.
that is
Yeah.
a good origin
Now
story.
you can be a superhero.
Right.
Well
I
done.
can.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
No, because
Either
if
way.
that's the main reason that I go to to go to Drew is because I don't want to take medicine. I don't want a pain pill. I don't want
Well, I think if people
more chemicals
I
in
think
me
the
than I
greatest
put.
thing about chiropractic work is that they understand that one problem begets another. So, like when you go into the doctor, you're like, "Oh, it hurts there." They attack there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look up the chain. They don't, and like the people don't get any smarter about their own body. They just suck a pill down, and they keep doing the same shit. So they're never going to get better.
Right.
But
a
I think that,
musculoskeletal problem requires a musculoskeletal fix. It's not anything that a pill is going to fix.
Yeah.
So obviously their medicine is fantastic and there is a necessity for it for certain problems.
Yeah.
But musculoskeletal things, no. I mean, sometimes, taking anti-inflammatories and muscle relaxers, I do refer my patients to go get those whenever they are so, I mean,
like pain.
yes.
Pain,
And such
yeah,
pain
yeah.
is just like, I'm not going to give you that immediate relief. You need to get things calmed down first. And I send them straight to the urgent care, get it calmed
Yeah.
down. But as long as they know this isn't going to be the fix, this is just going to get you some pain relief so we can fix it in the right way. And people really appreciate that.
Yeah, totally. It's good, man. I like it.
And that's the problem with a lot of these like pain centers. They'll give people steroid shots to help them reduce inflammation, but they won't say, "Hey, go work on the problem." And then they'll, for a couple months, they'll feel a little better, but then it just comes back and it's worse because now
you've agitated it more, right?
So.
Because you
weren't in pain, and now you ignored it, and you really fucked something.
Right.
It just you ignore it, it progressively gets worse.
Right.
So I also am not against steroid injections. Sometimes people need it. If you're in too much pain, you can't do anything to fix the problem. So we have to get control of the pain and inflammation first, as long as they fix the issue why they have the pain.
Yeah.
So it's more of an education aspect than anything. If you make it make sense to somebody, they're going to understand it and they're going to do it.
Yeah, and there is none of that in traditional medicine. There's no making sense. It's like, here, I'm going to write this out.
Do this.
And I'm getting incentivized
do
financially by this company to write this for you. So, hey, take more of it. Right? Ugh, it's yucky.
See,
So-
I've always just been the person I'm going to be why? Why? And if it doesn't make sense, and that's why I tell patients, like, hey, if anything doesn't make sense to you, don't do it. And if they can't make it make sense to you, don't do it.
Do you guys believe in the theory, the physiological or the esoteric sort of view on people and their mechanical structure and how they sort of create they manifest their own physical issues, like through either repressing trauma or, there's a lot more to it than that, but as above, so below, sort of like when your head's fucked up, your body's going to be fucked up.
Oh, for sure, because it really is about the overall tone of your body. Stress creates an increased tone, an increased muscle tone. You're just tense.
Yep.
So, over time, that's going to create a problem.
100%. Yeah.
And there's a list of 100 different kinds of adjusting techniques, right? Some of them I think are absolute BS, and some of them are awesome. But there was one I saw a guy do once, and I can't explain it, but I verified his findings from palpation and stuff, and he laid a person on the table and he adjusted him, cleared him out. And he came back and he said, what's really bothering you? And the person's like, well, my fucking dog shit on the floor. And then
Right.
all these vertebrae go back out of place. Okay,
Yep.
what about your dog shit on the floor pissed you off?
Yep.
So he fixed that one. They answer, well, I had to clean this mess up for a half hour. My house felt bad. Okay, cleared it out. Did it again. Why is your house smelling bad bother you? Oh, because my mom was a dirtbag or whatever it was.
Yeah,
and it goes
man.
back and they keep clearing it, and then it gets to the end and it's like.
Yeah, dude. There's a big textbook that I own. It looks like a dictionary. It's massive. It's called Metaphysical Anatomy. And my son had eczema on his hands, like pretty bad. And I opened the book one day and I was reading about it. And my son had carried some guilt, as a lot of kids do when they go through a divorce with their parents. Mm-hmm. And he thought that he was partially to blame for some of it. So I'm looking through this book, and eczema and skin conditions are all about holding blame and guilt and shame, right? And things that aren't yours. And so I had him read it, and he started getting emotional about it. And he's like, Dad, how is this possible? This is explaining exactly how I feel. And once we worked through that together, we literally just sat down one day and told him, let him have it. None of this is on you, yada, yada, yada. Went through the whole dad thing, and it all cleared up.
Yeah.
It did. It fucking cleared up. So it's real.
Eczema is one of those things. You get flare-ups within stressful situations.
Yeah.
So my cousin has it, and she would only get a flare-up whenever she is in a very stressful point in her life. And it's stress causes IBS.
Yeah.
There's a lot of theories, eczema comes from the gut.
And when your gut gets messed up, everything gets messed up, right? Because that gut biome drives your brain.
They have literally done so many research studies now that shows the gut controls everything.
They say that's your main brain.
We talk about that on here quite often.
Yeah. There's more neurons there than there is in your brain.
Well, I've been not nice to mine. Maybe that's why I haven't been fucking sleeping.
Choice use of words, Mike.
Right.
I've been not nice to mine.
Right.
Sorry, little buddy.
Yeah.
It's like Jeffrey Dahmer saying, I sort of like the taste of flesh.
You, when I get an upset stomach, I shove more of the same shit in it. Yeah. We don't tolerate weakness.
This is why you're angry all the
I'm
time.
angry all the time.
You're angry all the time because your gut's angry all the
That's so
I
time.
mean,
bro.
everybody needs to pay attention more to our gut just
Yeah,
because of,
totally.
I mean, how the food is just in
Yeah.
the U.S. anyways. We're
Yeah.
just.
I got
kinda-
diagnosed with a bunch of shit from the VA at one point from burn pit exposure.
Right.
Like just we used to just
Yeah,
burn
yeah,
everything
yeah,
over the
yeah,
Middle East.
yeah.
And somehow after my divorce and separation, getting rid of all of that toxicity, all of the burn pit stuff went away.
I did,
Fucking environmental, dude. It's environmental, man. I think it all is myself.
I did eat McDonald's for 2 days, and I was in a very bad mood.
Oh hell yes,
the whole
dude.
fuck, and I didn't feel
That's
good
real.
at all. Oh yeah, McDonald's is
I did an
poison.
experiment like that.
I don't
Why
eat.
Why would
once
you
in a
do
blue
that?
moon, I eat
Why would you do
McDonald's.
that twice?
Because it was easy. It was there. It was cheap, and I was hungry.
Yep.
So
Whew, man, even
2
on
days
my
in a row.
so I'm not drinking today, right? Well, for a while. So that's like me trying to give a little break because it's been
Being nice to your stomach.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, a little nice. But even on my bad days, I don't fucking even look at McDonald's, bro. Like I look at it and I get angry.
I eat McDonald's for the McRib. I will eat McDonald's when the McRib comes back. I will eat McDonald's. Other than that, I stay away from.
Dude, I'm
I stay away from it.
I'm getting more angry.
I do like McDonald's French fries.
Fuck, Jesus, they're not real.
They're not real.
There's nothing real
They're
there.
not real.
Not
How are they
real.
not real?
They are not.
Soaked in high fructose corn syrup.
I got
Oh,
this
yeah.
this really
I know.
wild
I'm
story I
such
want
a
to share
freak
with you
about high
guys.
fructose corn syrup too, so I don't know. I
We're,
obviously
we're
don't
all
go
corn
through.
and plastic.
We're plastic and corn.
corn.
Yeah. Plastic corn is what we are.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
corn kind. To hold the corn.
We are the ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm at Ace Hardware in Troy a few years back, and I'm like fully engaged and trying to like become this new me, right? And I'm in line, and I'm just happy as can be. And it's at the height of like COVID, so people are wearing masks. Nobody's really happy. There's two young girls working the register, and there's this obese young man behind me with a Monster Energy in his hand. A couple of them. And I've got my hands full. I did the classic thing. I don't need a cart, you know?
Right.
And so I'm not really frustrated, but I'm like, you dumbass, you should have got a cart. This guy's bitching because of how long it's taken. So I say to him, I say, hey man, I say, you're in a hurry, you go ahead of me. It's all good, right? Even though I got all this shit, even though he's half my fucking age, I let him get up there, and he's still bitching. And the lady that's working the register, the young lady, she's maybe 19, 20, she's getting frustrated because he's still bitching about how long it's taken her.
Right.
And I get up there and I say, hey, hold on. I said, do you have anywhere to go? And I'm looking at her, and she says, no. And I said, then don't worry about it. It's not your problem. I said, if he's in a rush, that's his problem. It's not yours. So she settles down a bit. By the time he gets outside and gets in his car with his obese partner, whoever she is,
Right.
they're miserable looking,
Right.
sweating, just gross, just not happy looking people. I get in my car. I'm good. Where do you think the next stop was?
McDonald's.
Fucking McDonald's.
Yeah,
They pulled
right.
right into McDonald's. And I thought to myself, this is a cycle.
This is why you were such in a hurry to get to McDonald's?
This is a fucking cycle.
Right.
As you put that shit in, it makes you angry.
I would have went a different route in that line. I would have turned around and told him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's not where I was in my life.
It's because
We
you
ain't
eat
going nowhere.
McDonald's,
Shut the
bro.
fuck up.
But I was
It's 'cause
trying
you
to not
eat
be that guy.
I think
You
this
know?
is burrito. He's like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
But somebody needs to tell him to shut the fuck up.
I did
So-
have to do that to a lady
Yeah.
one time in line at the grocery store, and she didn't really take it well, but she got the point,
Yeah.
and she stopped. Because sometimes, but that person wasn't in the right state of mind, regardless of what you said to him anyways. He wouldn't have been like, oh, I am being ridiculous.
Yeah.
I should shut up.
No, they're not
But-
going to meet you with any kind of
No.
like compassion or dignity or love or respect. It's
No.
going to be more that the McDonald's brain,
Right.
right? Like I was at an Apple store once, and it wasn't COVID. It was well before, and I was just waiting in line, and I had to get a phone fixed or like a replacement, and there were people there totally out of their minds about how long they had to wait to get a new $1,000 phone or to get something fixed, and I couldn't get over the entitlement. And I just kept taking myself back to deployments overseas where you're with and around people that have nothing
Right.
at all. And I come home and I see this and I just think, man, it's no wonder a lot of the world hates us
Well,
or
yeah.
holds us in such poor regard.
Sure.
Because we are that McDonald's brain.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's fucking gross,
Dude.
man. It's so gross.
So Royale with cheese.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Fucking McDouble, right? Yeah, whatever.
What are they trying to market now? It's like 3 letters. It's a double. It's like a CB.
DQP, double quarter pounder.
Yeah, something
Well,
like that.
they got salads.
Man, I don't even know. I wouldn't know if I trust a salad at McDonald's.
Probably
Probably not
soaked
even
in
lettuce.
sugar.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
probably.
I've ever seen. I mean, I never frequent McDonald's, but I don't think I've ever seen a salad.
Hot. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt. I just burned the shit out of myself.
Is that mushroom coffee or just regular coffee?
Yeah,
Or
it's,
is that tea?
No, it's just regular coffee from the olive oil shop downtown Alton.
Would you get the table 36 beans?
I did not
You
because I
should.
didn't see them until after I fucking already got these.
Fuck, what a fuck.
I know I'm a dick.
It's out front.
Coffee.
It wasn't out front when I went.
Oh, it's your coffee?
Table 36
What a
coffee is
dick.
mine. I know.
It's so hot.
Right.
Gosh.
I won't do that again soon. All right.
So
Yeah, it's actually really good. Their cold brew is
Yeah.
with those
Yeah,
beans is
yeah.
fantastic.
Thanks.
So, anyway.
cold brew in general. I mean, yours is super good.
Thanks.
Like, I've started to like it.
You
I love cold
love
brew.
cold. I should have bottles up here for guests.
You really should.
I
It'd be
didn't.
fantastic.
You know,
What
I'm
were
really
you thinking?
I'm really bad at promoting it locally. That's
Yeah,
why.
and even just like some little Dixie cups, just so you can sip on it.
Don't call it that.
Look at us canceled here, Southern.
Right. Like average Dixie cups. Something, bro. Fuck.
National average Dixie cup.
Right.
Right on.
Right.
My
Yeah.
bad. I
Thanks.
didn't mean to offend your Dixie.
Yeah, that's okay.
So like sometimes we're like brutally unaware of it because we're dudes and we don't see it. But I was kind of wondering, like when you were in school or since you and Braxton, you ever experienced like any favorability towards men instead of you, or like problems in situations getting things done, or you know what I mean? Like a patriarchy and old boys club in full effect.
Well, yes and no. And the only reason why I say no is just because how I am.
Well, I know
It-
you don't tolerate it.
No,
but-
I don't tolerate it, but for other females who don't have a strong personality or they are scared to speak up, I can totally see that. But in chiropractic school, there were a lot of douchebags. To
Probably
put it
not as
lightly.
many as dental school.
I don't know. I don't
Those
know.
dudes,
I didn't find out, but I'm sure I would have if I went to dental school.
A lot of guys with 7 pieces of flair on. Is what you're saying.
You know what? His flair de-douches him, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he
does.
puts the man purse over his shoulder,
You
and
know, and
it
that
all
even
floods right
de-douches
back.
him even more.
All
I don't
floods right
know.
back.
I feel like douchebags would never wear a purse.
No, like when you become comfortable and
There's
not give a
different
fuck what
kinds of
anybody
douchebags.
thinks,
Yeah.
the D-bag
But
level
just-
slips away.
You know, but it's
It does.
always like looking at him. Yeah, I bet you somebody would think you're a douchebag. But like,
Drew's having a bad day.
that's not what I mean. But it's like you get people
That's a
judge
wrap.
people judge by appearances. But as soon as you would start talking to him, like you're not a douchebag at all. Like it's all about you
I don't know,
can
it's
look
kinda-
at someone's appearance, but it's
I've
all
talked
about
to
how
him.
their vibe is and how they hold themselves.
I've talked to him quite a bit. He's still a douchebag.
do you
Well,
do you
I
think
guess
your
he is-
I
appearance?
like him though.
Do you
I like-
think-
he's
do you
a
think-
douchebag I like.
Do you think your appearance has hurt your business in any way?
No.
I
mean-
bet it improves it.
Do you think it improves it? Because
I
it's
think
a selling point for me.
working-
When there is something different about somebody, it attracts people. It doesn't necessarily attract them to be a mate or anything close, but
Right.
it attracts them because they don't know what it's about and
Sure.
they want to know more.
Well-
I don't necessarily think it's that. I think it just makes him authentic and genuine.
Well, yeah,
Like,
there's
he
that
doesn't,
too,
He doesn't
sure.
care. Like he's an actual
Sure.
person. Versus when people are going to a chiropractor or a medical doctor, they have to be super duper professional and almost too professional that it makes people uncomfortable. So I'm
Yeah,
not
that
saying
too,
that
yeah.
he's professional in the way that he speaks and he handles himself.
Yeah.
But his appearance helps take away that.
Well,
I don't know,
people don't
uncomfortableness for
typically.
people.
I
think
what
that's
I
my
think what I
opinion.
was trying to say, and I agree with you, but there's more to it. I think that people aren't used to or aren't maybe even comfortable with other people being their genuine selves because they themselves are not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Right?
But
And
who
when they
is?
see something that stands out, it's like a light. Like, wow, it's like a shiny fucking object. You know?
And, and maybe sometimes though, you know, like having that environment in the office, like lets everybody's guard down and everybody likes to come and hang out and have a good time. Like when she was still working there, we'd joke back and forth through the walls and we're adjusting and laughing, and
Yeah.
everything, you know, and everybody's it's good.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fun,
no, the vibe there is good. I just didn't know, like, just because, like, I do civic shit in town, right? So it's always like, what's he gonna do? You know, it's like, is he gonna say something positive, or is he gonna burn this place down? You know, like they fucking seriously, like everybody cross-eyes me. You know, but you know, nobody has stupid looking
It was
ears.
the same in Collinsville for me, but it was also like, I think that, you know, like much like when I was in the government space and I had this massive beard and tattoos and shit, I was the one that stood out, but I was also the one like you that would tell you like, hey, your shit stinks.
Right.
And nobody else would.
Right.
They would placate and they would want that money, so
Yeah.
they would be what you wanted them to be.
Yeah, so
And people don't genuinely want that.
Yeah, see, I don't kiss anybody's ass so much. You know, like I want to get shit done, so I have to play the game to get it done. But it's like I don't do what everybody else does in town.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, but it's refreshing to some, but others, I definitely feel the resistance. So
Right.
we'll see what happens tonight.
The only thing that I don't like is when somebody will come and say, oh, well, you know, so-and-so referred me to you, but they warned me about you before I came in.
Warned?
Warned, like, how I looked, so they wouldn't be shocked, like...
Oh.
And
So-
so that's insulting to me, because that's how you really feel.
Well, so
I think we should all come with
Well-
warnings.
Well, they probably just mean the
Well, you know
tattoos.
how people
Yeah.
have like their opinions of like tatted up people.
Right.
I mean, it's just.
So
It's getting a lot better.
Yeah.
But they used to not even allow tatted people to show their tattoos in hospitals.
Right.
Like now they don't have any stipulation or rules upon that. You can dye your hair whatever color you want, and you can show your tattoos.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's definitely getting. But if it's the older generation, they're still like, what the hell?
Well, it's a selling point whenever I refer people to you. I go, what's nice is you get an atmosphere that's calm and relaxing, and then the guy who's going to touch you is going to find the problem without x-rays, without this, without that. The guy just let him do his fucking magic.
Yeah.
And there's been nobody that I've referred that stopped going. Well, maybe one. I don't know. I feel like somebody was mad because I don't remember. It was years ago. Somebody's like, the receptionist was different receptionist. Yeah. So. Yeah. Sorry. It wasn't.
No,
It wasn't.
I'm
It
like,
wasn't you.
I-
It was.
I-
It was front desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So.
Boy, you can't do anything about that.
Yeah. You couldn't. Not now. Just do what you do. There's a lot of people that don't like me in town.
At the end of the day, like that initial reaction, as long as like you have that consistent approach and it's always from a loving and compassionate place, it doesn't matter what the short term happens. People come and go. You'll succeed because the ones that get it will always come back.
Yeah.
And they're the ones you want anyway.
Right. Absolutely.
You don't want the ones that are judgmental and bitchy. They're the ones that you're never going to fix or help to fix because they're stuck in their own fucking way.
Right.
You can't help the people that are judgmental and shitty. They're the ones they're like non-player characters. They're here to get in our way. Fully. I totally believe that.
So, tell them how hard it is to find somebody where that we could swap people back and forth at will and it wouldn't matter.
Oh my gosh, it's damn near impossible.
Yeah, you can't. So sorry, why I told you guys before I found when she came and I was like, you could never find anybody better. It's like she's so good that anybody of mine could have gone to her and I've been like, she's gonna take you this care of the same.
Right.
And just back and forth like that. So it'd be impossible to find somebody else to work like
Right,
she did.
right.
Because I know who's around here and
Damn it.
So you're saying it's like once you find somebody that you trust like that and you're compatible with?
Kind of like a barber, though, man. It's like I like your style, I like what
It's
you
just
do.
Every
And I know the
chiropractor
results.
practices a different way.
Yeah.
And
Not
I feel like
everything's-
even him or I, we may practice a different way, on different people.
Yeah.
So it's not that's why chiropractic has never had any legitimate research studies on it, because you can't control it. Even the same person adjusting the same person over and over again, you may have, a little bit of different pressure on, this time versus the other time. So you cannot do
Standardizing is
yes,
hard.
you cannot
Do you guys
standardize that.
Do you find that there's still a demon is
that's the right word.
Yeah.
a demonizing or a vilification of chiropractic work by people that
Well, sure.
it's been called witch doctor
Oh, yeah.
tomfoolery.
Because
Oh, yeah.
because the common line is, well, I'll go see my real doctor.
Right. So
Joe Rogan
so-
says it's a scam.
So do you?
Chiropractic's a scam?
Because he had somebody who didn't do the right thing for him, and he's using one experience
Right,
as
of course,
an overall thing. And the story he tells is
triggered.
not even the right story.
Right.
Do you know what he says?
Uh-uh,
He
I
said-
I
heard
don't
it.
know any of
He
that.
says-
I don't pay attention to that, man.
He says he talks about that it was founded by an electromagnetic healer, but he doesn't go in.
Oh my god. Okay.
Which he doesn't go into the
Fuck.
story of how. And then he
Trigger.
And then he says.
Go.
And then he says that BJ killed him, and all that stuff, and then he took over, and then she took over from him. Doesn't tell a story about how the osteopaths and the doc and MDs got together and tried to eliminate us, and they didn't succeed. And all
Right.
He tells the story wrong. It's all because one guy didn't help him.
You're lucky all the
And kept
chiropractors
him
went on the
coming.
fucking
Actually,
Titanic.
the one I seen, he said that there's a lot of them out there that do a lot of good, and they do, you know what I mean? They do, they don't try to treat mystery ailments
Right.
with just chiropractic. They're like, you know what I mean? They adjust
Do
you.
you
and
find
fix
that
things.
it's still like the boomer generation
Oh, yeah,
and above?
and-
Like they are like, and I hate to say this, but like when that generation gracefully exits this earth,
The boomers.
holy
fucked it all
shit,
up.
man, they are something.
If
Fuck.
if anything, blame the boomers.
I tell you what, man, they are still stuck in the fucking mud.
So on Xbox Live, everybody calls me a boomer. So
Oh.
Well, it's because you're not 12.
Right?
You sound
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
It's-
yeah.
You sound old to a whatever year old.
It's not you. It's not me.
But I will
sure?
Your
say,
reflexes are so slow, boomer.
back to our conversation, I really people are still stuck in that mind frame. But I'll tell you, I mean, I don't really blame them. I honestly blame chiropractic. It's if you have to. It's all about education. So if you don't educate somebody properly and it doesn't make sense, yeah, they're going to call you a witch doctor. They're not going to understand it. So the way that you educate somebody and the way that you explain it is more in a mechanical nature so that they understand it. It's not like, oh, hey, you have plaque in your arteries. Let me adjust this love of your spine that controls
Right.
your heart,
Yeah.
and we're going to cure it. It doesn't work that way, but the
But you have people
philosophy
out there
way
that-
back
that
then
talk like it works
they
that
do,
way.
And
That's true.
Yeah.
and okay, like, yes, everything, like all of the nerves and everything originate from the spine and go to the organs and this, that, or the other, but there are so many more aspects to a problem versus
Yeah.
I'm going to adjust your spine.
Well,
it's
people
gonna
want
fix
things-
But
it.
there are people
It's-
out there who say, "You got cancer? Let me adjust you."
Oh my god, yes, and you know what, and that is,
and that's
I
what
blame-
gives it a
and
bad
I-
name.
Yes, and I blame them, but
And that's what's called the tick, right? The chiropractic tick. These people, like, they refuse to, either because they don't understand how it works, or they don't want to learn it. They refuse to acknowledge that, like, there's this whole actual system of events that happens in your adjustment, right? It's not just, here's what they say, the old guys. Universal intelligence, the universe, okay, it's expressed in your body
Yep.
as an innate intelligence, so your body heals itself, right? It's a
Right.
dumbed down version of everything, but that's basically what it is. And then the spine, your nervous system, that's the interference point between universal intelligence and innate response in your body. So if you remove that interference, the subluxation, you're going to get better.
Sure.
So then they can say everything from you having cancer, you're having all these things, you can help, right? Now there's some pretty crazy things that have happened that I've adjusted people who've been having, like you said, skin outbreaks, it goes away. They have
Yeah.
asthma, it goes away. They have, constipation, it goes away. So all these things can happen, but yeah, to say, can I boost your immune system with an adjustment? Yeah, is it going to change the fact that you have a raging tumor in your, esophagus?
All right, no, somebody's still got to change the way
But-
they think, the
but
way
what-
they eat, the way
but-
they move. Like,
Exactly.
there's
But
a
what
lot
you
to
So
just
you
said
have
is very
to-
much true.
You can't, like, so
The body
when someone
does
doesn't
heal
get
itself.
better,
I know, but-
they're
but
blaming
the way-
the adjustment because the
Right.
adjustment didn't fix them versus them explaining
Right,
it
but
properly
they're-
and being like,
these are
this
the
can just help.
These are the same
Listen.
morons that expect a pill to fix everything.
He
Yes.
touched my arm for 5 minutes and fixed it. I don't know how that worked, but it worked. So, and it was dead in the water for a year. What, a
So
year?
you know what, in
A
a way-
year.
Fingers.
In a way, us being able to, fix someone, help somebody's pain or help certain problems by using our hands,
Yeah.
it's pretty magic.
My arm was dead for a year. I could not use it.
And it was at the bar too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
did.
it was next door.
It
It was next door.
And I was like,
Hold on, I got you, bro.
Yeah, he just grabbed my arm and dug his thumb into it
Yes.
and made me want to tell him to quit. but I didn't. I let him, and
that's
was
not even
fixed it.
necessarily chiropractic. But him and I do things so much differently than traditional chiropractic. We work on the muscles. We do myofascial release because the muscles contribute, honestly, I would say 80% of people's pain.
Well, sure, because that muscle's constricting around the nerve or the joint.
And the muscles are
course.
moving. Yes. And so you have to work on the muscles and the joints. They work together.
Yeah.
So you can't just adjust somebody's joint and send them on their way and expect them to feel better. You have to do something with the mechanical change too.
How about those people that you're like,
release
hey,
the
I
muscles.
just need you to relax. And they're like, I am. And they're still so super tense.
So
Like,
how
they don't even know how to relax.
The muscles move the bones.
Yeah.
The muscles move the
Yeah.
joints. If somebody's muscles are so damn tight and you adjust them, what the hell do you think's going to happen as soon as they walk out of the door?
Same
It's going to
shit,
go
yeah.
right back to the way that it was.
Yeah.
So traditional chiropractic, I don't practice, and neither
Yeah.
does he. So that makes, it's just
Personal accountability is a son of a bitch, man. People really don't want
No, they don't. Which is why I think some patients are really like, dang, girl, like, you really put it out there. And I'm like, yeah, I do, because I'm not going to be the person that you blame for not getting better when you're not going to get your ass up out of that fucking chair.
that. That's right.
You gotta move.
Ooh,
You got to move.
you gotta move.
How many people have we lost? And all they had to do was move.
Yep.
Yes.
What you doing there, bud? Studying something?
Reading his tickets.
I brought some tickets for Drew and his family for an upcoming show.
Where at?
Red Flag,
Oh yeah, that's coming up when?
September 15th.
Heck yeah.
Oh, we'll just be getting back from. That's 3 weeks.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one this weekend and then one in.
So I'm taking one or two of your bandmates to South Carolina next week.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Bring them back.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I went to get a tire put on my bike today, and so that's why the one wheel is out. So I one-wheeled around, did my thing, went and got the bike. Just thought I'd rip a nice little fucking burnout and fucking pop tire. So on the way, so the tire was there. All I had to do is, so I'm like limping the bike. Like I pulled into Drew's to get the tire changed.
Yeah.
And scraped the frame. I was dragging. So I just lowered the bike. Now the tire's flat. And it's just a frame. Who gives a fuck? It's no fork.
Now you know how to make it sit lower.
Yeah, run flat.
Yeah.
So I just kind of ripped it a little and it popped on me or started losing a lot of air. So that was kind of cool. I mean, when does that timing
Luckily,
ever?
Drew's 2 blocks away.
Well, yeah, when does that timing ever? Actually, it's right by McDonald's. McDonald's is so bad it fucked my bike tire up.
Right.
That's how bad it is.
Well, that McDonald's is built on
Rats.
Fucking
Rats
Indian burial
and
ground.
Crack cocaine.
so
If that's what about the Taco Bell across the street from it? That damn place is.
No, that's roaches.
that-
That's,
that's
it's built on
roaches.
roaches. Yeah, yeah.
The color scheme of that Taco Bell just fucking stresses me out.
Dude, so the guy that painted that, he would spend like $200 a week in cigars, and he like just sat there and he goes, "Yeah, just paint it all white, smoking fucking cigars." Like, because he painted during COVID. I guess it was the only color they can get. It was
wow.
it was like wartime. I don't know. They just painted it white, and it's like, is this going to be something different in like 6 months?
Weird. And,
Yeah. Dude, it's like everybody forgets it's even there. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
And then when it was a
I
KFC,
do forget that it's there.
yeah, when it was a KFC Taco Bell, my favorite story was I pulled through and I ordered like a KFC bowl and I got 12 tacos. Like, not even the fucking same restaurant.
Guess you got what you needed.
Yeah, I guess. I was like,
I loved having those combos though. They'd have one from KFC.
Yeah.
one from
I
Taco
did
Bell.
too.
Yeah, so-
you had
Like,
to.
give me some
Or
biscuits and
the
tacos.
Taco Bell Pizza Hut combo.
Yeah.
yeah.
Breadsticks.
Yes.
does
Oh,
Hardee's
I
and Wood
miss
River
it.
still have
And they
the
had personal
yeah,
pan
red burrito?
pizzas,
Yeah.
too, I think at one point. I remember that as a kid. Oh, loved it.
I think you should pick one and fucking go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always
Combo
found the
shit fucks me
combos
up.
weird too.
They
I
fuck
always,
me up, dude.
What was Long John? Because we had it in Godfrey. It was what was it? It was Long John Silver's and like A&W.
Yep, that's what.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Long John's
College,
and
one
A&W.
college
you
was
just kind of ruined
My
the
root
whole.
beer tastes like fucking fried clams now.
Right.
What the fuck?
Well, we eat
this
Long
a-
John Silver sometimes, and we call it fickin' because it tastes the fish and the chicken taste the exact
It
same.
all comes out of the same.
I love those
yeah.
chicken
Right.
planks, man. They're fucking good from that. That's one thing I'll have.
You just planko everything. It's fine. Fuck
Right,
it.
right.
Doesn't matter. When I see a combo, I'm like, how small is my town? Like y'all can't build one more building. It's like, are we all out of real estate?
You should
Like,
fuck with them and be like, I really wish you also had a Steak and Shake affixed to this A&W Long John Silver's.
Right.
Because that's what I really
Right.
want. Right?
Yeah.
Go to fucking Steak and Shake.
Can I have a
Okay.
Can I have a personal pan pizza? This is Long John Silver's and KFC, bud. And I'm like, but personal pan pizza? Yeah or
Why
no?
don't you send a runner?
Right,
Get somebody
right.
to get me one.
Can you
That's what
Grubhub
I
it
want.
here so I can get this hush puppy with it, please?
Bring me a new iPhone. Where's my dry cleaning?
Man,
We're all gonna be in Wally soon.
I feel like soon we could actually just put all these under one roof. We'll call it like a mall or something.
Yeah.
And then you could just go to one spot
That's it, dude.
and then have all these restaurants at your
It's
disposal.
like the Foundry over in St. Louis, where you walk in,
Dude,
they
I
got all
love
those
the Foundries.
restaurants.
I do love.
Yeah, it's great, but what
Frodo's.
stresses me out is with everybody in your party wants to go to different shit, and you're like, now we're all doing our own thing. It's like you go out to eat together, but then everybody disperses and does their own thing.
That sounds like
somebody
the
gets
best
their
family
food
dinner ever.
At this point, it's just fucking weird to me.
So
I don't know.
last
a little conservative and traditional in that sense, I guess.
So last time I was there, I ordered a pizza from Frodo's, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll text you when it's done." So I went outside, and I was kind of high on mushrooms, and so I was just like, "Fucking
As you are.
yeah." I was just like people watching, and like 2 hours goes by, and I'm like, "Where's my fucking pizza?"
Right.
So I go in, and they're
2
like,
hours?
"I don't know." I was fucking high.
2 hours in mushroom time.
Yeah.
It was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. So I go in, and I'm like, it's like closing down. And I'm like, yo, where's my pizza? And they're like, oh, you could have checked. Why'd you get my phone number then, motherfucker? And I'm like,
Oh.
I don't even know if I gave them the right number. That shit kicked in on the way, bro. Like, yeah. And then I had to drive back. So it was,
Right.
but I still ate that cold ass pizza. I don't know how long it was there, but it was cold. So therefore, a while.
Hey, some people prefer cold pizza.
No, man, their mushroom pizza is pretty good, and their hummus there is fucking bomb, dude. I fucking love their hummus. So
You want 3 or 4 of these before I forget?
How many you got?
Just 4 of them. So tell Rex to bring a friend.
Yes.
So
who's all going?
I don't know.
Who's going?
I don't know.
You, the wife, Rex,
And then maybe a buddy or something.
right?
yeah, I think it'd be cool if Rex brought a friend or something.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Oh yeah, it's the all ages show, isn't it?
It is all
Yeah,
ages,
Yeah, yeah.
and because we're using his footage in our upcoming music video, we wanted him to come and check out the band.
Fuck
and
yeah, that's cool.
Trying to
Super cool.
incorporate that whole vibe, and hopefully he gets a kick out of it, and
Bro, you gotta come down to Hellrung Park and fucking help me fucking nose grind this one wheel. I just
That
looked,
seems
dude. I looked at it.
terrible idea.
I ran up on it.
You
three
watched that.
fuck-
You watched that video on Facebook that was going at TikTok of that dude trying to do the stoppie, didn't you? At the skate park.
So are you just going up on a rail and jamming the front down on it?
Yeah, I just want to lift up on it. It's a perfect height rail, bro.
Is it flat rail or round?
Yeah, no, it's
Flat?
square. Yeah, it's square rail.
You should be okay.
I know. Well,
About
except
4
for
inches, or-
except for there's a fucking no. It's like I don't think it's even 4 inches. Yeah,
gotcha.
it's like
pretty narrow.
yeah,
Like
so-
square stock or something.
Bro, I couldn't even get like halfway up. I was still on delirium. So, but
Oh.
yeah, so I wasn't. I was
I
trying
mean,
to.
I can show you how to do it on a skateboard.
No, I want to try to figure it out on this one wheel because the height's perfect for it
Is it?
because it's not very high.
Do I keep picking you?
Maybe.
No.
What?
It doesn't matter. I've
that?
got 10
Just like-
toes. If one ends up fucked up, it's all good. Fuck me for wearing flip flops today, right?
I mean, I have flip flops on too.
Dude,
So.
we'll just take them off and we'll just start fucking going at
Toe
it.
wrestling?
Toe wrestling. Put on
I
some
don't know.
luchador masks
Dude,
on our
I have
toes.
some
and
monkey toes. Like you don't even
Oh,
like. I
wow.
can grab shit. I can pinch
Oh,
people
nice,
with them.
nice.
So
Good
yeah.
for
Me too.
Yep.
Damn.
Freaks the old lady out. I can pick up a gallon of tea.
That is fucking gross.
Can you
I don't
pour
know,
with it?
am I
Yeah,
allowed
can
to
you?
do
No.
that?
That would be legit.
No,
Bro.
but I can pick it up off the ground and hand it to. Dude, I could take my shoes off. I could grab cigars. I could grab that. I could grab a cutter. I can grab everything on this table with my feet.
So
really
by next
weird.
week, can you put the fucking gallon of tea up on the table for us next
I
week?
could do it right now.
Why don't you just
please.
gavel
I feel
next
like-
week with your foot?
Oh, can we gavel with the foot?
That would be.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if I could hold it strong enough to smack with it.
Oh, I'm sure you could. We don't need
Practice.
it. We don't need it to be pounded.
I just feel like there should be a hands-free fucking episode
Me
where
too.
we
Like
all
works
do.
the board with his toes. Like,
I don't think I'm that coordinated with it either.
yeah, I don't know what.
But I can pick shit up with it. Freaks the old lady out. She hates it.
Yeah, that sounds
Hates
weird.
it when I do it.
Yeah, I'm.
And I do it all the time. I can pinch you with them too.
that's
You ever
gross.
like caress her face with your?
You got
Fucking fish hooker.
you got that you got that rose. Just hi.
That's not great.
Carter
with your
hates 'em.
toes tangled in her hair. And just like,
Oh boy.
oh boy.
I would
What's
lose
that?
my
What were you
shit.
saying?
You want to ask her about service?
Oh, yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, I'll bring it up. I've got a service canine. She's not here
Oh,
with
do
me.
you?
I don't bring her to places that are quite like not
That aren't gonna
hospitable.
stress you out.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yes.
making sure that she is okay is
Well-
a part of my agreement with her.
It's not hospitable
it's-
here.
It's not for a dog that's not used to it, and like just like I don't take her to loud music events or things like that, right? But
Well, you
yeah.
take it. She is a working service dogs. Like she's working, so you're
Yeah.
not gonna take her to a place where she's gonna feel like she has to be working.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's-
like absolutely, and when she doesn't have her vest on, she is just a puppy. But I mean, when she doesn't have her vest on, she still finds like if she's not working, and if there's somebody in the area that needs the work,
They
she
can't
gravitates
shut
to
it.
them.
Yes, they don't shut it off. My
No.
dog, even though he's a therapy dog, he's supposed to. So he's not a service dog. He's a therapy dog. So I take him to hospitals. So he's a therapy dog for other people.
Mm-hmm. Sure, yeah.
Not me, but. The
But you see
training
the-
that
the
you
draw,
go, the
yeah.
disconnect, like he doesn't know. Like he knows whenever he's at home, he's out working.
Yeah.
But when he's out in public, it's like, okay, like I can't leave me. Like
Yeah.
so it's like he can't go up to people and greet them. Like they're supposed to come him. He's not supposed to leave me.
Right.
This, that, or the other. And so if I take him to places where it's just like, oh no, you're not working. You don't need to be professional.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand that.
Yeah, she's pretty good about the
whenever
vest,
he-
no vest, but she's like much like her desire to have eyes on me supersedes my command for her to stay somewhere.
Oh. That's
So,
because that's what she's
It's like
supposed
she's
to do.
like, okay, cool, yeah, Dad, I got you, fuck off, and then like she's right on me. Like I live in a pretty small place, and so she'll position herself where she can see into different rooms. I take her like camping and like boating and stuff with me, and there was a time where I told her to stay on the piece of land where our RV was, and my buddy was like, dude, I've never seen anything like it. She sat on the edge and stared and waited for you to come back within eyesight. And it's just like there's this connection that we have, but I've seen her do things for other people now that fucking blow me away. There was a lady what's that?
My dog shit in the kennel last night.
It happens.
Did you feed at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Kate will go like 8 to 10 hours. I mean, if she has to, and she won't go to the bathroom. She's never gone to the bathroom in the house ever. I try not to leave her alone more than 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah,
But,
that's how I am,
It's
too.
a long time, for me. And so, but I've seen her like I was doing some work down in Texas, and she was in the room with me, and she wasn't technically working. Had her vest off. A lady came in and sat down, and Kate approached her, and Kate opened her mouth. And the lady was sitting pretty low, obviously. Kate opened her mouth and put it on the lady's throat, but just like sort of like very gently. And the lady started sobbing, and she had just been diagnosed with cancer in her throat. And Kate, her specialty is post-traumatic stress disorder
Right.
for military stuff. But somehow she zoned in on this woman, and then she wouldn't leave the lady's side for the
Yeah.
entire weekend.
Dogs are wild.
Yeah, it's
It
really
is.
incredible. But
It
when you
is.
see these things, it's unreal. And like a lot of I try to tell service members that have canines, they get very defensive. Like they don't come around my dog. Blah blah blah. And for me, it's always just like a please ask, and then after that, she's yours. Like I take her out in public with me now more for other people than for myself, because what she does for other people is unfucking believable.
And so, and that's why I made, because I was in between getting him, as a service dog versus having a therapy dog, but he enjoys other people as well. And when
Yeah.
you do get them certified as a service dog, you're technically not supposed to, let them get petted
Well,
and this,
she
that, or
was-
the other. And
she comes from a long lineage of labs that are trained and certified at the Tom Rose Dog Academy over in House Springs. And so they are they have to be trained by a certain age. They have to be spayed or neutered, because that also changes their demeanor.
does.
And you can't just take your dog to them and say, I want a service dog.
You gotta go.
No, like the dog, you can't just take your family dog and say, I want this dog to be a service dog.
you have
Oh.
to technically be prescribed.
Yeah,
a
the dog
service
the dog is a medical device.
Yeah.
So whatever has happened to that dog prior to it becoming a service dog needs to be known.
Right.
I got a dog that can sense autism.
Is that the one that shit in the kennel last night?
No, he only bites people with autism. He only bites autistic kids.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
He
fantastic.
tries to get the autism out.
Right.
By
Here,
biting
let me
them.
fix you.
Yes.
It's like trying to get the gay out of somebody.
Yes.
With electroshock therapy.
mean,
Same
right?
thing.
Like back in the
I mean,
day.
the only kids he's ever bit are supposedly autistic. So
Oh, well.
And supposedly
Well,
bit.
Well, there's a
I
higher
feel
percentage of
like-
autistic
I
kids.
feel
there,
like
so.
there's more
Allegedly
to that
bit.
than just a kid.
oh yeah, allegedly bit. I've never seen him bite anybody. He is a complete. Well, I have seen him bite people, but adults, not
I don't
children.
know, man. I think canines are
And they shouldn't have went in there with him. He's an asshole, and
Well, that's
he's
the thing.
unpredictable.
Autistic children do not know boundaries, so he can't diagnose
No, he was-
autism. It's just the children are autistic and don't know normal boundaries, how to respect a dog, and that's why they got bit. You
No,
dumbass.
he actually diagnoses all the neighborhood
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, no, he goes
prescription
around. I let him out.
He's like-
I let him out of the cage, and he goes around and he diagnoses. And every kid he bites has autism. So either he's spreading autism or he's
Legs
detecting
across.
it. One of the two.
Yeah.
It's just the dog's excuse. Dad, he's autistic. I couldn't help.
No, he's an unpredictable piece of shit. That's why he's
So
outside
does he
the
lick?
cage.
Does he also lick, or does he also bite Asperger's?
Well, probably.
Well, that's.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just a more of a subset of that. So,
Right. I don't know.
Like, I'm gonna lick you. Like, ah, shit, I knew I had Asperger's.
Right, yeah.
Another label. Shit.
So many.
Yeah, I really believe. I'm starting to believe that canines are there to show us unconditional love.
Oh, for sure.
Like, really, I think I've learned so much from my dog
See?
regarding
sure.
that.
Biting's his love language.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't there something like in
Unconditionally.
the chemicals or pheromones you put off when you're sick or you have cancer or you're afraid that the dog sense?
Oh,
Is that
if-
what it
Oh,
is?
I'm sure that
If
has a
I
lot
am
to do with it.
angry or if I'm
Yeah.
anxious, oh my gosh, and then it just pisses me off even more because he's up my ass, just like, oh my god, I know you want to calm me down, but you're making it worse.
See, I think
right
that's
now.
another thing. That dog was trained to do something else, honey.
I know, and I am aware of it. So that's why I was like, I should have and now as he gets older, he'll be 6 in October. Now since he's getting older, I think he would fit more, do better as a
Yeah.
service dog versus
Sure.
a therapy dog, because
Yeah.
I think he likes doing the therapy dog stuff because he just likes being with me.
Yeah.
But he does so much for the other people too. I just can't take that.
Yeah. It's really wild to
from
watch
him.
it go down, right? Like I know, like I've had people ask me when mine's gonna retire, and she's 6. She's been with me since she was just
As a service, she'll never retire.
never really
I mean,
retire, but the service canines are traditionally retired between like 7 and 9 years old, and then they get to be at home. But when I leave, she's like, what the fuck, man?
you
Like
going?
her need to understand that I'm okay gets fucked up when I shut that door and she stays home. And then when I get back home, oh my god, you would have thought that we'd been away for 10 years, you know.
I just
It's
left to
unbelievable.
drop my son off to school, and then so I was probably gone for 20 minutes, and I come home and I'm like, dude, I literally just
Yeah.
was gone
Yeah.
for not very long.
They're remarkable. They really are. But they do sense things. Like, there's been some times where I'll be, over time, where I've been down in the dumps and really trying to climb out of some shit from my past. And she'll be in a dead sleep. And all of a sudden, when my demeanor shifts, unbeknownst to anybody else in the room, she's up and on me. And there's been cases where my girlfriend Brittany will be like, "Oh shit, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm dealing with something." And Cade knows before anybody does.
Oh, for sure.
It's fucking.
And they sense
It's
it.
remarkable.
They sense, I don't know, the increased heart rate. They just.
I think it is.
just
I think it's
decrease.
probably chemical. I think there's a lot to it because their olfactory senses are incredible, right? So I don't know.
So how do you feel about the people who go around and slap service animal or
my-
service dog vests on dogs that
I
aren't
wanna
certified or
slap
trained?
them.
I'm going to do my best to stay in a peaceful zen like state right now, but much like the kid that fucking ruins a holiday for the rest of the kids or like ruins a vacation, that's the same thing. Like, I've had so many instances where people are like, well, you can't bring that dog in here. And I say, listen, I've got a piece of paper with me from the ADA that says that this is a medical device. I don't think you want to go there with me. Like, that's not going to happen. And it's because everybody wants to bring in their
I
teacup
know.
fucking
They've-
poodles.
They've literally
and
ruined it.
It's like they are making this something where, like, I'm sorry, but, like, I refused to get a dog for 3 years. I told them no. The organization, Dogs That Help, kept hitting me. I said, no, I don't want even more people to know how fucked up my head is. And then finally, when I did it, I realized how critical she was in my healing from trauma and loss, and how critical she was in helping my anxiety levels and depression. So when I see some sloth carrying their bag of fudge rounds and their teacup poodle into Home Depot, my blood fucking boils.
The Home Depot
I knew
allows
people like
dogs.
that.
But but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's not even, it's just they're unaware that they're making it harder for the people who really need them to get them.
Yeah.
Because now all of the, rules, regulations, and everything,
Yep.
they're just that more strict to prevent the idiots from trying to work the system whenever they don't need it.
Yeah, I hear
So
all the
that's
time,
really
like,
the,
I'm sorry, I didn't realize she was a
main problem.
real service dog.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
And because there's so many fake ones out
yeah.
there.
Well, you
and-
can
and
buy
I
it.
have to have compassion for that.
Yeah,
I get
you,
it.
you can buy a vest on Amazon, right?
You
Oh,
absolutely
absolutely.
can.
Yeah, and you go to
Yeah.
like Elite Canine and buy all the patches. You can do anything.
You can.
Um,
And so people don't know, and technically, legally, people really, so if you have a service dog, someone legally cannot ask you why you have a service dog.
No,
So they can ask if the service dog is legit and you have to show your paperwork, but they cannot ask why.
I had
You
this
know, it's
encounter where I was going to a buddy's place of business that he owned in Maryville, and he had an employee there that had a service dog. And I would have my dog there, and she's sitting or laying, she's on her perch or whatever, and she's chilling. And I always kept her vest on her so she knew to be disciplined, right? But this other guy's dog was always just an asshole. And then finally one day I asked, I was like, hey man, where'd your dog get trained at? Oh, well, you know what? We're still trying to get him into training. And he's,
No.
I'm like,
Oh my God.
okay,
Yeah,
I see what
I've run
this
into
is.
that.
I
I've run
see what
into
this
that as
is.
well.
This is a facade. This is a
Sure.
farce.
Yeah.
And it's also like a ploy for attention. And it's like all these other things.
Sure.
They really do need something.
Yeah.
But it's not that dog that makes them more stressful. That's making shit
They're
worse.
making the dog more stressful.
And they don't realize that one begets the other. Their stress on the dog makes them stressed. The stress on them makes the dog stressed. It's this hedonic treadmill that they can't get off of, and they're making everything worse for themselves. And it's sickness, dude. It's gross. It's not healthy.
You can't have just any dog become a service dog. Like what people try to do, they're like, oh, I want this dog, but I want this dog to be trained for a service dog. It doesn't work that way. You can't make any dog into be a service dog or a therapy dog. They have to have that calm demeanor. They have to have that just natural demeanor and personality within the dog, which is why I just knew he would be good for it.
Yeah.
A dog is either made for it or they're not. So there are tons of dogs that get trained. So my dog is trained through Got Your Six.
Yeah, I know Nikki really well. Yeah.
So
Super
there
rad.
are tons of service dogs who will fail out, and so then they become therapy dogs.
Yeah.
So they go through this process, and they either have it or they don't.
Yeah.
And the
Nice.
ones that
It's pretty
fail
wild.
out,
It's really, really something. Like I remember when I went into, I say, be selected by the dog, right?
Yeah, they
Like,
do. They have the actually.
I
think
went into
their
a selection
selections
process.
Therapy is
and
coming up soon.
There were Shepherds, there were American Labs, British Labs, which is what Kate is, or English Labs, and then there was the other one, the really hyper ones that are used a lot in LE.
Oh, not the German
Belgian,
Shepherds. but
Malinois.
yeah.
Malinois.
Mal- yep.
They're fantastic dogs, but
Yeah.
fucking crazy
Neurotic.
dogs. Crazy neurotic. I mean, they make my anxiety go through the fucking roof. But they have their purpose. So I went in, and I sit down on the floor, and there's like all these dogs lined up across the room, and there's this really skinny, gangly female black lab with these long legs. She looks like Marmaduke, and she's I think she was like 6 months old at the time. And she's like bending herself in half, trying to get off of her perch.
Like
And all the other dogs are just sort of sitting there looking, and I'm like, let's see what that one does. And dude, she just would not stop, and it was just everything I needed. It was so perfect. But there is a process. There are steps. Like I had to be trained.
Oh, yeah.
This was not training the dog. This was training me.
Sure.
And so, like, anybody that isn't consistent in their mannerisms and their demeanor and their verbiage with the dog, I
Yeah.
know right away, you're full
They're
of
not,
shit.
Right.
That dog, you were never trained. I drove to House Springs 2 to 3 times a week for 2 to 3 hours at a time for over 6 months from fucking Troy, Illinois.
Right.
And it was hell. Like, it was a commitment. But, you know, yeah, people, so that's a lot to say, Drew, that it makes my blood boil, but I do my best to have compassion that those people are hurting and they're just looking for another answer. And God bless them. I
So,
hope
I
they
mean,
find
do you
it.
think that, like, you know, people I hear it sometimes say, you know, this for my anxiety, like, was your anxiety diagnosed by a medical doctor? I mean, because you can read about anything and think you have it on the internet,
Well,
right?
the thing is like,
I've had cancer 5 times this week because of Google.
God damn.
the thing is like,
Surprised you survived.
if
Right.
you
Googled
don't
it.
have an animal that's trained to do what you need to lower your anxiety,
Right.
it could exacerbate
It
your
absolutely
anxiety.
could, because if your dog is sitting there, like, so the ones that are just sitting there yapping and barking, service are there because they don't bark.
Right.
They don't bark. And so a barking dog is going to make your blood boil. It's like, I mean, that
Yeah,
just...
my mom
it-
raises these little bitty, these little tiny yap dogs. She breeds them, right?
Right.
And good for her. She makes good money on it, whatever. She takes care of them. But I find her to be yelling at the dogs when they're barking. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yelling doesn't...
That's like hitting a child for hitting someone.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you, like, you are so unaware of what you're doing right now.
Right.
You're exacerbating the problem.
I can't water the garden without this dog trying to eat the water. So, but he's also a
that's
puppy.
just like
Yeah.
that. My therapy dog does that. Like I said, at
Oh.
home
Might be
he's
autistic.
Not, at home he's
Like,
not trained.
he hasn't
but
been
loves
he hasn't bit
doing
himself
that.
yet.
Has he been bitten by this one, though?
Right,
No,
you
no.
need me to come up? No.
Yeah.
Blue will definitely bite him. Yeah,
Blue.
Yeah.
It's my boy, Blue.
he's massively aggressive.
Yeah,
That's
no, he's a pup, so he just like runs in circles when you turn the water on.
that doesn't
Yeah.
that doesn't mean because my therapy dog doesn't.
How
he's
long have
very
you
well
had your
trained.
canine?
I actually adopted him when he was 4 months old.
Wow.
4 months old, so he's 6 now.
Yeah.
So he got certified whenever he was 2,
Right on.
because they have to be at least 1 year old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He
when do
was
you
2.
neuter a dog? Like after like
There's so many different. Every vet has, I feel like, a different. They're still coming
really?
out with research
Yeah.
as to,
Oh.
Kate
and
was
it all
spayed.
depends upon the breed too. Every breed has a different, a different.
Just-
Mine was spayed well
recommendation.
before I had her, so sometime probably
I think
before 6
they.
months.
I think they wait specifically to 6 months.
Yeah, I don't
if I
know.
remember correctly.
I know that they can't have a cycle, like they can't go
oh,
to heat.
right.
And if they hit that,
Uh-huh.
they can't be serviceable.
I wonder if it's
Right.
different for males.
I
'Cause-
think the males are 6 months because when we were going through the program, the training would overlap, so we would see the
Yeah.
puppies, and I asked first.
Hey,
I
how
asked one
awesome
time.
are they over there anyway? at
Oh my
Goddard Six?
god,
Nikki and
I
her
love
team
them.
are
It is
big shout out to
seriously,
them.
it is seriously like the best organization, and so
Yeah, they're
I got
sweethearts.
certified 4 years ago. So now I really don't do anything with the facility. I just
Sure.
go to weekly. We go to I try to do weekly. It ended up being more like bi-weekly, but we go to St. Anthony's Hospital every Wednesday
Oh,
to visit the
fantastic.
nurses, and then we visit some patients too.
Yeah.
But they just love it. And
Yeah,
so I
that's
try to go
awesome.
every week if I have time, but I definitely try to make sure I go every other week.
Yeah.
So I don't do anything in Maryville anymore, or really with the organization. I wish I could volunteer more, but
Yeah.
that and then work and then being a mom, it's just
Yeah,
it's hard.
I used to use that
juggle all of
facility
it.
for humans actually. Not
Really?
just, yeah, their classroom there. I used to go and meet with. I host this group for people that have either veterans with PTSD or adults that have been had abuse in their youth, like sexual
Mm-hmm.
traumas and stuff. And I use their classroom there for facilitating that. Just really wonderful people.
They really
So
are.
thank you, Got
They
Your Six.
really are.
Yeah, man.
very cool.
Yeah. What you got next on that magic tablet of yours?
Oh, I mean,
Red.
How's the
lot of
ticker?
red.
What do you think? Here it goes.
Oh, it's all green, bro.
Yeah.
It's all green. Oh, never mind.
There's a red.
Yeah, it's all red now. Yeah.
All going broke, huh?
Fuck, I am. I know that.
Yeah, what was that big number on that little napkin that you sent me?
That was for that project we're gonna be doing at the office.
Yeah, that's a Is
That's a big
It's a
number.
robust figure.
It's so not just that, but
7 figures.
Why is it no? Yeah, but yeah. Why is it on a beer napkin? Is that the contractors that you're fucking having involved here?
I didn't have a blank piece of paper with
Kansas
me.
City mob,
And
dude.
I was adding it up, and I just wanted to like have it written down, so I didn't have to look at my phone until I got somewhere else. So I was like, wow, that's an impressive number, and that's not even half the job. Well, it's probably 70%. 30% is building the other place out.
Okay, think it's still good going that direction.
I mean, when I talked to the bank guy this morning, he seemed to think that the number was too low.
Yeah, I agree. I think you need 2 napkins worth of numbers, not 1.
Yes, 2 net. Yes.
Always shoot high, man. You don't want to be scrounging for dollars.
So
midway.
I can tell you from experience that if you can get more,
Yep.
because the way I did it was terrible, and the way I'm doing it still is terrible. So, I mean, it really is.
Always ask for more.
It's undue. I mean, I think that's why I didn't sleep last night. I have 1 million things going through my fucking head right now.
Always.
So, and
Yeah.
you know, and then I watched Billions for some reason. So, and then that fucked me up because everybody's got billions of dollars in that show, and I'm like, I'm negative in my account.
Yeah.
You know, so
At least you're not negative billions, though.
But you know what though? Once you get a certain amount of money you're comfortable with, there's ways to create wealth that are very low risk, and so you have to take more risks having less to get in a reasonable amount of time. And
so I'm kind of bored in Alton because the shop does okay. It's just buying and selling, and then the brand is.
Well, maybe we should talk off microphone about that boredom, because I've got some ideas that align with Drew's ideas, and I think that it might align with your ideas.
So well,
But not on air.
I'm going to. I've actually already started. So I took over all the Alton Main Street social media and going to focus on all the small businesses in Alton.
That's very altruistic of you, but
So,
I'm
to help.
talking about doing
Some with money.
something with
Yeah, I wouldn't
trying to
mind.
get paid.
with dollar signs.
Yeah, no, I
It
don't.
makes sense.
I'm kind of been brain dead on shit like that. Like I can't even buy a fucking car to sell. Like
Yeah.
you know, I had one on the hook. It's just gonna be a quick $500 flip, and you know, it's week 3 and we still can't find a title. And I'm finally like, fuck Christ, man, let's just go.
Speaking of titles, I have a title for that truck now.
Oh, nice.
It had to be signed because they wouldn't
Yeah, sure.
give it over without somebody signing it because they're
Yeah,
retarded.
don't
But-
give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna pull the motor, but dude, I don't want to spend money on shit that's not gonna turn money. So, I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
You know, everything's got to fucking. I'm running out of season right now. Like,
Yeah.
For winter's coming, so it's go time for me.
I think
I miss that
I
show.
think Alton will still do better.
That's
I
good.
think Alton will still do okay.
But we
The House of Dragon. It's like the spin-off of it.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
You didn't?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a while to like build up.
Well,
to
so
it,
did Game
but-
of Thrones.
Yeah.
No,
but
that first
I
episode
really
had me
enjoyed
hooked, bro.
it. The ending.
Did it really?
Kinda.
ending,
Daenerys
it's just weird
Targaryen
because
is
you know
just
it's
what
gonna
titties
be.
flop.
Right? Yeah,
So
I was kind of in, bro.
Next season comes out.
I don't even know what the show was
I
about.
was a late bloomer to that. Like I resisted it. My ex-wife found
Game of Thrones, I did too.
that
For
yeah,
years.
Yeah, dude, me too.
Yeah, years.
Her time was always better spent in front of the TV, and I was like, so I resented the TV for a long time.
Yeah.
And finally, I was like, well, you know what? If you want to hang out with this chick, you better sit your ass on the couch next to her. So that's what I did, and then I got fucking hooked into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the same thing. My husband, it was probably already like 2 seasons in, and I'm like, I'm not watching that shit. And then I finally sat down and watched it, and I was like, then I was hooked too.
Right.
I do that with all series though. I don't like
Yeah.
once it gets so far in, I wait for them to finish so I can binge watch the whole fucking
rip
thing.
it.
The weird thing about the House of Dragons is how many years they skip
Yeah.
in between certain episodes. Like it'll be an
Uh-huh.
episode, and then the next episode's 10 years later.
Next,
Yes.
the next episode,
Yeah.
there's
Yes,
cars.
They did. I think it was like halfway
confusing.
through. You know, they had
Wall
the
Street.
young version of the lady. Then it's like, oh, they're grown, and then yeah.
So, that was so they could have made that way long, or added more stuff to it. But the new one's going to be what's it called, Snow. So it's going to be about Jon Snow.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something else.
Yeah,
I like that.
Super excited.
I forgot that they.
I was like, fuck
forgot
yeah.
they had that too. Is it going to be the same actor?
Now we're chasing dragons.
Yeah.
Kit or Kit, yeah.
Harrington or
yeah.
whatever.
You always
his
do.
name is.
Right.
He's a handsome gentleman.
Well, at the Foundry, they have 18 rails. I went in there. That is not even.
It's not the same.
It's
thing.
not.
No.
There's not any
false.
rails
Yeah.
actually at all. So
Yeah.
when I went in there with a milkshake straw, they were.
Well, when they got rid of toilet tanks, they really fucked over everybody.
Yeah,
from the
bro.
80s.
Like that one little plumbing that came
No,
out,
yeah,
like that
yeah.
stainless steel. That's what a fucking nightmare. Jesus.
I need a tank top, man. Come
Right.
on.
Babies changing stations is all I have, and just
Baby
fucking diarrhea stains on it.
Man, I'm so glad I never got into that fucking drug, dude.
Oh yeah, me
No
too.
way, man.
Yeah, I just seen it in a movie.
Yeah. Sure.
Like to go fast, you know.
Live fast, bro.
Next.
Don't die.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally again off topic, but when we're done, we should chat
Okay.
for an extra couple minutes.
Yeah, and I'm sober, so I can retain.
Good opportunity. Speaking of which, what happened to all those gummies that were on the table?
Shut your mouth.
Don't look
gave
at
them-
me.
I,
Don't fucking look at me, bro.
I gave them to Mikey.
Still down $800 from that day.
I gave them to Mikey.
I lost an $800 sale. $800 or $900.
Well, now you just haven't delivered it yet.
Yeah, now it's 2 weeks. Now
Was it
passed.
because you were asleep?
Well, yeah, bro, because I was a fucking sleep. I don't like being high.
Chuck dosed us. And
I don't do
shit.
THC. So when I had 4 gummies, who knows how many had THC in them,
Well,
or
why the
4
hell would
candies.
you-
because he
Before.
said they did nothing in them.
Because I used the words this. We
I-
can go
I
back.
didn't say they had nothing in them.
I
no,
said-
I didn't.
Or do these have THC? And you said no. Some of them are sour though.
No, I didn't.
So sorry, I'm not behind a hip hop
Nope.
studio and didn't know sour meant fucking THC.
Yeah, sour diesel or whatever.
And I
Right.
think it was Drew that asked, actually.
I
Drew
asked.
Are these regular gummies?
I had 2 and
And I said,
swallowed
yeah.
and I
When
spit
would
it.
Yeah.
he ever have regular gummies?
I said, yeah, they're regular. I said,
No.
yeah, they're.
Chuck
No,
had
I brung
'em.
them in.
Chuck had 'em.
Oh,
I said,
was
yeah.
gonna say,
I
when
said,
would
yeah,
he
they're regular
ever
gum.
have
They're regular gummies. Some of them
Anytime
are sour.
he
Some
tried
of
to
them.
give me like candy or whatever, I'm like, well,
How
I
much
know.
is in here?
Dude, I
That's my
question
first question.
everything.
How strong are these?
I gave them to Mikey.
Dude, I almost
got rid of them. I gave them to
almost
Mikey.
fucking Drew offered me a nerd rope one day.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, I love nerd ropes. But
Me
I was,
too.
Luckily, I was fasting, and I said no. I didn't realize, though, and I guess I hadn't made it clear that I
If
can't
he ever
do
gives you
THC.
candy,
Yeah.
if he
I
ever
would have
gives
been
you
fucked.
candy,
And not only that, that was no fucking
No,
bullshit.
that was a big dog rope.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was 50 fucking milligrams.
It was 600 milligrams for the
Oh.
whole fucking rope.
Well, yeah, 50 fucking balls though, man. That was. Yeah, and we saw it hit Drew. He's like,
Yeah.
Those were only 10 milligrams, and Sarah ate a whole one, and she doesn't do anything at all, and it didn't even touch her, didn't even affect her, not at all.
well, I don't know
whatsoever.
how many
Some
of the
people don't
4.
metabolize
No,
You-
it,
Yeah,
right.
my,
You-
my shit
people
fucks
don't.
me up.
You couldn't have had more than 2.
I don't
couldn't
know.
have.
Well, I had 4 pieces of candy, and I couldn't get out of the door.
You couldn't have.
I couldn't get out of this door. And then I was on the berm for 2 fucking days, driving
couldn't have
at
had more than
60.
2. Couldn't have.
And then there was people at my house, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Mah." And I just went to bed, covered my fucking head, and
You needed the day off anyway.
fuck that.
You
Fuck
needed
that.
it off
Fuck
anyway.
that.
Do too much anyway.
I just wait till I fucking LSD your fucking tea, bud. This game is not over. You'll
Just
be,
don't give him any fucking X, dude. I don't want him licking my fucking neck.
bro. He's gonna.
Boy.
I'm gonna have him blast off for 12 fucking hours, and then we'll just come back the next day and finish the episode. He's gonna
Where'd you
be.
guys go, man?
He's gonna be up here with his fucking toes.
T-Rex and shit
Right.
his feet.
Just has a whole podcast by himself, just talking to himself.
So there's these guys from Boston. There's 3 guys, they're best friends, right? And they're all family guys now. So, but when they go out, they do this really cool game, and they say they look at each other whenever, and they go, "Hey, do you have to work tomorrow?" And that means that they were just dosed. But they don't just dose that person; they take a dose too. And so that way they go on the trip with them.
Right.
But they don't know it's coming. And the code is, "Hey, do you have to work tomorrow?"
Oh.
And then they know that they've already ingested something.
Oh no.
And they're getting ready to go on a fucking trip.
Is this like recorded? Is this a show or a podcast or something?
No, no.
That
the-
would be funny.
that
if
would
it
be-
was.
I would
love to watch that.
no, yeah, this is
very
what they
popular.
do when they go out by themselves. Yeah, like,
Okay.
yeah, so they just...
So when are we going out, guys?
How many more months do you have?
I don't know, just a couple.
Yeah, okay. So, you know,
Yeah.
maybe winter break, you know?
right.
Yeah. We'll just go make some snow angels or something, see what happens.
Yeah, old Jon Snow.
Yeah, old Jon Snow. I'm going to build that fucking wall, bro.
That's right. I'm gonna need some more.
So, yeah. So, that's what I was thinking the whole way there. And like, when I was going home. And I seriously felt forever. I'm
We
like,
couldn't have had more than 2 though.
I don't know.
I
But
mean,
I fucking...
I don't really go to sleep with that stuff, and I fucking assed out when I went home.
Dude, I don't even know
They
what...
were only 10 milligrams.
Whatever. Dude,
And there was 10 of them total. Sarah ate one. There was 9 still in the bag, and there were 5 still in the bag when I gave them to Mikey. So between the 2 of you, you could have only had no more than and I know Drew had one for sure because I seen it in his hand. So you couldn't have had more than 2.
Right.
Did you hear
Maybe
that,
3
coppers?
tops.
Calculated.
Yes.
Yeah, calculated.
Maybe 3. Yes, it was premeditated.
Oh, definitely.
They call it premeditated.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And that was a long game too because they were here the week before and I didn't have one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a real long game
Right.
you
Oh,
played.
that's right, because I wasn't here that week.
Yeah, and I didn't. I normally don't eat them, but
Well,
I was.
I had a little sweet tooth going on. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, man,
me
I'm
too.
like, yeah.
That was the week that we had old dude from the Air Force on, right?
Oh, Max.
Oh no, yeah, that was the week that Max was here.
Thank God he didn't grab
Hey,
one. 'Cause
Mac-
he could have gotten.
So well, and here's the thing, were Max's hands small or
Yes.
was that the fucking candies? Because
No,
I'm
he-
like looking over,
It
going,
smells like cabbage. They are small.
bro. I looked over at his hands and I'm like, his
carny.
hands are so fucking little, bro. And I still didn't know I was high.
Like
Yeah,
an orange on
no,
the
your hands are twice his size. So at one time I gotta go back and see if I can find it because I'm looking at my hands,
It's like the old SNL skit with the tiny hand women.
bro.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, his hands were little. Like I don't know how long I focused on his hands, but I'm like,
That's why he's terrible at jiu-jitsu.
and I'm like, bro, I'm like, do I say something? I had to battle not saying something about his hands because
Why-
I'm
I
like,
mean, everything else was on the table that day.
oh, I don't even remember
I don't
the
know.
last
You know,
half.
I probably would have said something because the
Yeah.
first friend that I made at chiropractic school, I looked down and I'm like, damn, bitch, how big are your feet? Like they were huge. She wore size 11s.
It's a big.
That's a big foot for a
But, you
woman.
know, I'm looking
What's
down,
that? What's that like? 13 and guys, 14.
My-
She'd be a good swimmer.
My feet compared to her feet, and she was like, and I didn't know.
OnlyFans?
Like, I
Is that what you
literally
said?
just I literally just met her, and she's just like,
Fucking OnlyFans.
damn, okay, like you're gonna notice my feet. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, like that's just how.
And she just called you cunt the
needs to
rest
be
of
a
the
lesson.
semester.
No, she was one of my only friends.
Nice,
She was one
nice.
of my only friends.
Because she hated you.
Well, because she could kick a fucking ball.
Right,
Like,
right,
dude.
Hey, I knew who to
Kickball
to
champion.
partner up with, the bitch
Right?
with big feet.
right.
Played cricket with her feet.
Right.
The weirdest class in chiropractic school.
Oh my god,
Logan
I already
Basic.
know.
Oh,
What is
did
it?
you guys go to Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You both went to Logan?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Right on.
And so, I mean, Logan Basic works, but like you can't do it nowadays.
What is it?
Like you're supposed to. You basically have to have somebody on the table face down with their whole ass cheeks just hanging
Yeah.
out. So
Whole butt cheeks are
Wait,
exposed.
what?
Underwear
th-
down.
Their whole pants are down.
Is it like a prison method?
No, yeah, yeah.
You get adjusted internally here, buddy.
Well, that is
So what we're gonna do is align
Yeah,
your
so-
shit right for a
chakras.
week.
So anyway, I'm sorry.
So yeah, ass up.
So sacrotuberous ligament runs from your sacrum to your ischial tuberosity.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
It's the
and you
your
can-
tailbone.
I say
It's
that
like-
on dates too.
Yeah. You get in there, there's different contacts, different grips, but you can grab that and you can move the spine from that contact all the way up. So it's really like useful for babies and small children because you can easily do that.
It's so pliable. Yeah.
But with like adults, like you don't want to do that, you know, in
Yeah.
your office because it's dangerous. But you walk into
Because
that
adults
room,
can fight back.
and there'd be 45 people with their asses hanging out, and some of them didn't shower. That room smelled so.
What?
Oh my god. Okay. And
How
so
would you
then
not shower?
It became a problem too. Such a problem when we were, because it was in lab. So obviously,
imagine getting the guy that didn't wipe
women
right.
would partner up with the other females
Yeah.
in the room.
Yeah.
And so then the instructors got all mad because everybody would have like the same partner every single time. So then they told us that we had to have a different partner each time. And I will never forget it. I'm fucking traumatized. I was partnered up with this very hairy guy. I swear to God, I've never seen a more hairier fucking ass crack. There was a creature living in his butt crack that I had to touch.
Well,
That
like
I had to touch.
So how?
And it was pimply and
How
it
does
was
that
fucking
work?
nasty.
How deep in the crack are you going?
You are, I mean,
You don't have to get in the crack
But, I mean,
all the way, but you have to. I would say
your knuckles
halfway.
like real close to their butthole. You can
It
feel
would.
the warmth.
I would say halfway. So
You can feel the warmth.
crevice
So if
and
they were little-
halfway.
So if they were a little sweaty.
you would slip
You'd
right
feel
in.
it. You'd feel it.
No,
Or like
not
if they
nobody.
popcorn the night before, you might get a little rain.
Oh,
Well, see, the only reason I was okay with it, like I said, we
we know why you're okay
Right.
with it.
yeah, I
Fucking Jeremy.
know.
Fucking Jeremy over here.
No, like she was saying, you team up with a guy or a girl,
Sure.
right?
You
Right.
team up with a clean person.
Yeah, and so my friend was my friend, and he used a bidet at his house, so he was, and shit was always like spick and sparking.
Right,
so I was like,
right.
We're good, you know. And
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
he was hairy, it was cool.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my gosh,
I'm okay
I was
with it.
just thinking. I was like, hopefully,
Do
no
people
one
not
who loves basic listens to this.
Do you?
We'll get.
Why do people shower after they shit? Is that not a thing? Like
No, I think it's
No,
they
he has
don't
a-
wipe well enough.
that's why you shower after you shit anyway. You
Right.
wipe to fucking
Well, you
completion,
get a-
and then
or at least use baby wipes or something.
dude, get in there, get a knuckle in, and fucking make sure you don't know who's gonna be in there later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people have different
Sometimes there's some
things, I guess,
They
or
leave some
I mean, if
snacks-
they had
snacks
hemorrhoids,
behind.
it would have been clean.
different strokes for
Because
different
that's the whole
folks,
thing with
so-
hemorrhoids,
I
is
do-
keeping it clean.
It is.
I
So,
never-
yeah, the technique's wonderful for babies,
thing.
but
Sure.
for
So-
adults,
like for colic and fever.
No,
and
no,
all
okay.
that
So,
stuff.
but why does it not work? Or not saying it doesn't work. Why isn't it practice it on adults?
I'm sure people do.
People do. We just don't.
Because I'm not pulling
They're
somebody's ass out.
traumatized.
Because you really have to have that grip. Like on
Yeah.
a baby, you're so close. Like,
Oh,
Like-
you really need to get that
And
leverage.
with
I
all
feel
the
cheated
stuff,
now.
like,
I feel cheated.
unless
Like I'm not getting
somebody's
adjusted all the way.
really aware of it. Like, I mean, you would get like, they think that you went too far in there, but really you did what you were supposed to do, and here you go.
Now
That's
you
what I always tell her.
harassment.
I tell her that every time. I'm like, I have to go there.
I'm like,
This is for you, not me.
That's as far as it goes. Damn it.
Renee, I'm just thinking your client list could grow,
Oh my god!
and Drew, yours too. I just see,
I feel like
yeah,
I've been cheated.
Yeah.
You're cheating me.
Dude,
You're
I've
not
been-
giving me the whole
You
thing.
should have never. You should have
Yeah.
never brought
You
it
know
up.
what? I've been adjusted down.
Yeah.
I've been adjusted by Drew for 16 years.
I'm
I've gotten nuts in the forehead once, and no thumbs in the butts.
Next time
What?
next time he offers to adjust me, I'm taking my ass out.
I know you are.
Yeah, if
Taking
he
my
leaves
ass
the
out.
room and he comes back in and my pants are
Now you're literally gonna have to. He's gonna want you just to like do it. Just
Yeah.
No, what's funnier though is when you hear that door close behind him, you're like, oh shit.
What sucks is when both hands are on the shoulders, and I'm like,
I got hemorrhoids, so it's super clean.
yeah. Okay, there you go.
I just don't want to hear him growling back there.
Hey, if it fucking makes me feel better, I don't know if I care.
Right?
Gonna have to get you some new shirts, bro. Just a couple butt cheeks.
Listen,
in
if
your
my
face.
back hurts and sticking, if my back hurts and sticking his thumb in my butt's gonna fix it. Hey,
Hey,
stick
there's
your
a
thumb
magic,
in my
there's a
butt,
magic
buddy.
button up there. I'm
do
just
that.
saying.
You
There
do?
definitely is.
Do that.
That's why it's always fucking clean, bro.
I did have to.
See.
I did have to do that to a woman's tailbone. So it wasn't like, well, actually, I did basic to release her tailbone because her tailbone was up in there.
They're like, it
Oh, it
shifted.
jammed down in there.
And I mean, she was in just unbearable pain, and
Oh,
so
sure.
I told her, I was like, "Hey,
You ever
girl,"
done that on
I'm
a
like-
skateboard?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
I'm like,
that is horrible.
This is going, but I'm a female, so I can get away with more like doing things like that than
Yeah.
he can. So I told her, I'm like, hey, this is after trying, literally everything else, because not gonna lie, I don't want my finger up there either.
Right. But they're, yeah, I hear you.
Can you even glove up though, or do you have to
fuck
feel?
Yeah, I gloved up.
I don't know.
I mean, I had to actually like go in there.
I would have been like,
But like, but for the basic, they would not let us use gloves. Like it had to be skin to skin.
were you guys
like,
being recorded and is this shit online anywhere?
No,
Right.
no.
It
sounds like
because
some
it's-
fetish shit.
Because it's inappropriate. Well, I mean,
It's inappropriate.
Well,
yeah.
That's why we're in.
They're like, we're tired of seeing you finger the same butthole. Swap partners.
Right. I bet you it's on YouTube somewhere or somewhere.
When you're in it,
Logan
it
Tube.
seems like a cruel joke, but
Yeah.
but there is also what she's talking about too is also there's an internal coccyx adjustment.
yeah. So you have to go in there
and you pallet.
Yeah,
You know,
you
coccyx
pop,
skids.
you pop it back, and
So,
so,
like,
I've had to do that.
so-
before.
Truck drivers and people on like fucking big
Yeah,
tractors
you know,
and
they're
shit.
always
just-
just-
Yeah, compressing. Yeah.
So
Wow.
on that particular patient, that one adjustment, did that help resolve it, or did
did.
you have to do it more than one time?
No, I only had to do it once because I did it right.
Okay.
Good for you.
Well, I wasn't doubting you.
I
didn't know like what the I didn't know what the regimen was
Well,
like.
sometimes it doesn't. So if you have to do it, because
So-
the reason why, like with adjustments, if you have to give someone multiple adjustments, is because if it doesn't stay, if it doesn't
Right.
hold.
Yeah.
So fortunately enough, hers held in place and didn't displace again.
So is it a? And I'm not. I don't want to. If you don't want to say it, was it like a larger rear end?
No.
A smaller person.
She was average.
Average.
She wasn't super small,
So
but
would
she
it be-
wasn't big.
Would it be
either.
easier or harder one way or the other? Since it's normally done with babies and it's smaller and, you know.
It's hard. I feel like it's harder for bigger people because it's hard to distinguish exactly what you're on the right thing through the layers of
Okay.
fat.
Yeah. Okay.
So
just curious.
Yeah, it's obviously hard to feel certain structures through however many layers of.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
That-
Can
got
we?
there.
Can we? I mean, I'm having a hard time visualizing. Can we just knock one out right here?
Yes.
I
Live.
still
I'm pretty
have-
clean.
Live.
I mean,
I still have the textbook. I'll shoot you a picture.
no.
I don't really. I can't
No.
really. I'm more of a hands-on kind of learner.
Yeah,
Right.
but we got
Figure it out.
we got pictures of your tattoo. We didn't see it in real life.
Oh, that one?
And I don't want to do it
Oh,
now,
yeah.
obviously. But you know,
But if I'm laying on my
I mean-
stomach, you're not going to see that anyway.
I'm just saying, like, you know, you said you're more hands on, but we all got a picture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see
Right.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well played,
Yeah,
touche, sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
Calling you out.
I'm really trying
You
to
just
get.
like-
I'm trying to get some good,
Fingers in the
content
bums.
here.
Fingers in the
Guys.
bums.
But there is some weirdos. Like a buddy of mine, he had an office in Waterloo. This is when we were still in school and he was practicing, and we went there and he was telling about this old lady who came in and she had an anterior coccyx. One time and he adjusted it and he came back and she had it again. Well, then every month she came back and wanted him to do the adjustment, but then she started to like get on the table and like moan and do weird shit. So we had to kick her out of the office 'cause she was just coming to get her butthole fingered.
Oh wow.
But was he charging $40 a visit?
I mean,
That's gonna be cheaper than going downtown.
Fair.
It's probably safer.
Right.
Right. I mean,
I mean,
come on,
right.
man.
Yeah.
You got to be able to
Yeah.
see the altruism.
Yeah,
in this.
yeah.
She
No,
was,
that makes
she
sense.
was really looking for them deals.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Huh.
Well,
It's a
it's
special
it's a
relationship.
twofer at that point.
Right. You get
It's a
adjusted
twofer. You
and
adjusted
a finger in
and
the
your
bum.
butthole
So
finger.
let's say if I ever had a male patient that had that, I'd send him to him.
Yeah.
And
Like,
if
Doc,
you
I
ever
read
had-
that it's better
well,
if you use two
and no,
fingers.
and like I
Right.
had to adjust like a female's patient's like pubic bone, and
I- yeah.
he sent her to me. So that's one of the things that
Yeah.
we,
I mean,
we
I
do
brought-
for each other.
I brought my own finger, Doc.
So what is that technique?
Yours isn't big enough.
I'm kind of curious too. Same
No,
same
it-
concept.
It's a different move, but sometimes you have to get closer to like
Yeah,
their
they're-
junk, and,
yeah.
and I'm just like not even going to.
There's-
Or like release certain
Nothing.
ligaments in their
Sure.
pubic area before you do the adjustment.
course, yeah.
So
That makes sense.
obviously, like he would have done it, but
Yeah.
he's
It's
like, "Hey,
awkward.
would
Yeah.
you just do it?"
Yeah,
And
I'd
I'm
probably
like,
Hey,
"Sure."
I don't want to ever be sued, so
Yes.
fuck off.
Yeah, and you know
Right.
what? I understand that.
Yeah,
So I was like,
yeah.
yeah, sure, no problem.
That episode of Family Guy where Dr. Hartman raped Peter.
What?
He was just giving him a prostate exam. It turned into this whole big thing.
he sued him.
Yeah, I sued him
Yeah.
for rape.
So it's I you know it's
Very funny episode.
I rarely learn too much here, but it's kind of
Today's been educational.
It has been very educational.
I'm liking it.
It's kind of it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
just want to know why we're not getting fully adjusted.
I agree. I'm really kind of.
I mean, really, can you imagine? We could line it up to where like, you were right here.
Bro.
No,
I've always
no,
wondered
we can't
something,
even
though.
do that because you have to have a specific table to make
Oh.
sure, like,
Your-
we have to
your
see.
pelvis
There's a table
how,
right there.
Yeah, we got a
your
table.
curvature is in
Hey.
your lower back. And
Lady.
You have to be set up.
Lady, there's a table right there.
Lady, we got a table.
Renee.
No, it's a specific table.
Yeah.
It has to be a specific table to properly
You know, I've-
do the technique.
I have
so
wondered
we can't
something,
even
though.
properly do the technique, so therefore we won't.
I have wondered something, though. Dr. Stewart would make you get down to your underwear before he would massage and adjust you.
This is his preference.
And
Okay.
then
that is
I
what
started going to you, and
know,
it's like
old school
I don't even take my
chiropractors,
shirt
they
off.
did. They
And
would
I
gown.
always thought that was. I always
We
wondered.
always had to get gowned when we were doing, learning adjustments.
That's because
when
you
we were
got
doing
taught
the
by
labs.
boomers.
We sure did get
Well, is
taught
that
by
is that
Barbie
because the
ass
clothing
boomers.
kind of blocks?
Well,
Sons of
I mean,
bitches.
Right.
They-
I always wondered
No,
why.
I mean,
I know, creepy.
Dr. Stewart was awesome, and so he could.
Dr.
have-
Stewart was awesome.
He could definitely feel stuff through a shirt, and I don't think it stops everybody. Some people it might, but really it's a matter of traction. Like some people that,
Yeah.
if they came up and you're used to using your skin to traction you out.
Yeah.
I mean, you use it through a
Okay.
shirt. Sometimes the material is slippery. Like somebody comes out with a silk shirt.
Yeah.
It's a little.
It
you
is.
got to think a little harder about your hand placement. and
is.
stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes
You have
sense.
to-
Well,
you know, like
he'd always
more of
rub
a-
you down first too. Like he gave you got a full massage with Dr. Stewart.
Fuck,
whatever
that
he
sounds
does.
amazing
a
right
full
now.
a full back massage by what was his name?
Brian Black.
My God, this dude's arms,
Really?
massive dude. He was a massive, and he looked like an East German. I don't know what he
Woman.
was, but he blonde. He was blonde, and he had the spiky hair.
Right.
And he was a big dude.
Did he fight Rocky?
It was always right. It was
Okay.
always. It was always intimidating when he'd come in there. When you're because
Stupid
you got
ad.
down to your underwear at
Right.
Dr. Stew's,
Right.
and it was always intimidating. You'd be in your underwear, and he'd come in there.
And make just I mean
Oh,
that's
but-
kind of like the
but-
TINS machine
oh,
now,
but buddy.
right? Just kind of loosens things up a little bit.
Oh,
or-
he was
just
excellent. He
it
was
just-
excellent.
It was just Doc's routine of what he did with people, but that dude
Yeah,
got-
he was excellent.
That dude got fired.
oh,
Oh,
The massage
Oh.
therapist?
Yeah.
oh.
He was started sending inappropriate
oh, that's
cards to,
inappropriate cards.
like Christmas cards and shit.
With
Oh.
what? Like he's hanging his stockings with care?
Oh.
What kind of fucking?
You know, he
Or he
told
wanted to
he would
hang
always
his
tell
stockings
he would
with
always
it.
tell jokes too, and they were always inappropriate jokes.
Oh.
Which I'm okay
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
but
yeah. Right.
other people, but he did tell inappropriate jokes when he would massage.
well, maybe he just felt the vibe with you.
So did you ever go when he was gone, and then it was Mary, who was the front desk lady who didn't know?
No.
She was super nice, but she didn't know
No.
shit about dick, and then she was in there trying to like massage you down. And you're like, "It's okay. I don't need this."
I got a massage one time at a,
Yeah, please stop.
I got a massage one time at a chiropractor's office, and she's like, "Do you feel that?" And I'm like, "I feel like you're hitting me with a paintbrush right now." Like it was. I'm like, "Bro, she's like, oh, everything's crackling," and I'm like, "Well, who are you touching right now? Like it's not
A
me."
friend of
bro."
mine's a masseuse or a massage therapist, and she's not like a big woman at all. But anytime she's giving me a massage,
Do you
it
tap?
was fucking next level.
Yeah, bro.
Like when she
It's-
says it's gonna, like you're gonna feel it, you better take a breath because it's gonna
Yeah,
hurt.
I had a good one down at Merle Norman. There's the lady in the back. She was pretty strong. She's like, "Do you want like WWE?" And I go, "Okay." Is that an option? Yeah.
Superfly snooker
Yeah,
shit.
bro. I
Don't
mean,
have to be big.
no,
No, the
it's all
technique
it's
is-
angles and
yeah,
it's how Olivia Kelly was one of my abs. She was at Be Well Now, and she was one of the. I mean, she
tell
was
you what,
she was petite, and I would tap.
I
Like,
think that
she
I
was
know what the
insane.
trick is. Like if I look at a massage therapist and that lower back isn't just shredded, they're probably not a great massage
Dude,
therapist. Every massage therapist I know that's solid, their lower backs are just shredded.
Well, they're bent over
because
all
they're
the fucking-
constantly
yeah.
engaged with that lower core
Right.
and like.
Well, and you
yeah.
guys are too.
Well, yeah,
you know?
same thing,
Like,
right?
Yeah,
Same
Yep.
thing.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
It's
you
fantastic.
get it's crazy. Like you guys are fixing people's backs, and then your whole day is literally bent over, exerting energy to
Bent
fix
over
people.
doing that technique.
We
Well.
pretty much wrestle people all day.
Yeah,
Yeah, thumb and buttholes all day.
Working on the
We
old
don't.
Logan tube.
Hey, we would be smarter if we did practice that technique. It would be much better for our bodies.
Oh man,
I like it.
yeah. The Logan
I'm
tube.
for it.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like it or not
Next
yet.
time,
I mean,
Drew's like, everybody in the show scheduled a visit right after this.
like, what is going on? And I'm like, it's canceled. No.
yeah.
Yeah, just walk in and wink.
Can we get a-
We call them wink-ins.
Can we get like a PowerPoint to put up next? Like we could have just PowerPointed this if I knew that we were going this way.
Cairo porn.
I didn't know we were going this way.
I'm sorry
either.
we hung on this one, but that's
Yeah,
a good one.
yeah,
That's
no.
a good one.
Well, for one, I learned. Two, I'm so curious.
Yeah,
like
I'm not gonna be able to stand up for at least 7 minutes.
I feel I feel like that when I'm out of town, I'm gonna find a chiropractor. Yo, you do this thing? Like, I want to get the actual term down and then ask, and they're like, "Do you need that?" I do.
All the other schools in the world are like, "Oh, you went to Logan."
What was the first?
Them guys thumb buttholes over there.
No,
But was that literally
what did
the-
they call us?
The brown thumb
Yes.
technique.
I wasn't gonna say.
Couldn't be a better name though.
This sounds like an episode of South Park. And
This is fucking great. Yeah.
That needs to be on South Park. Yeah, I went to the chiropractor, and let me tell you, didn't even have to pay extra.
I don't even do that like 45-year-old doctor visit, man. But now I'm kind of curious about it. I'm like, can I get 2 for 1?
So would it help to do cryo before that, just to sort of tighten everything up?
It frees off the dingleberries.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So you can just knock them off.
Or just
One
freeze
fell
off whatever bacteria you got going on down there.
Be sanitary.
You're gonna need at least -60. We're going in.
Did you have Mexican last night? -200.
Why is it still cold in there?
I just.
All right, Drew. Curious passes.
Yeah, my gosh.
Curious passes. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a bottomless bowl of your favorite dessert, but you can only eat it with your feet, or a bottomless cup of your favorite drink, but you can only drink it through a straw that's in your nose?
Probably a straw that's in my nose.
I like your style. How you doing?
That shit just came out too nice.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It just fell out. How you do? That's code. Also,
No. Sorry.
you should go now.
No. Yeah. I'll see myself out.
That shipping container outside, go.
Yeah.
You already know I'm scary. It's
The
fine.
monkey has been let out of the cage.
No, it hasn't. Sobers could be today.
Oh my goodness, that's so good. So,
Sorry.
we already know how Chuck would answer it. He'd eat that shit with his feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All day.
Well,
The
I
only
can't.
reason
I can't.
why I didn't say that is because I really don't have a favorite dessert. I'm not a dessert girl, so
Wow.
yeah.
My nose is so irritated all the time. Anyway, there's no way. No way.
Only on Monday mornings. Oh,
Yeah,
No way.
I'm feeling a
Because
little.
honestly,
Monday
it's
morning.
really just like a feeding tube.
Yeah.
The nose.
It's just gonna, but you're not gonna taste it.
It
though.
can, because
That's the
sometimes
thing.
it comes back
Like
through
that
to the
post-nasal
mouth.
drip.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it on a
This is
movie.
gross.
Lemon meringue, post nasal.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like that's marketable.
Yeah.
Next.
Would you rather have the ability to talk to your past self or your future self, but they're both equally bad at giving advice?
I would say future self because, I mean, future self, if, she's talking some shit, it's like you can obviously do some stuff maybe
To
to, not
prevent
like,
that from
to not
happening.
prevent her, but you
What's-
really can't change the past.
What kind of
so
advice
why-
is your past self going to give?
Yeah.
Stay.
I mean,
stay
you
angry.
already,
Stay as long as you can.
Yeah, stay in the past.
For the love of God.
Stay right here.
Cherish
or
it.
don't come back.
Yeah.
Don't come back to the
That sounds like a
past.
Steve Martin movie.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
Would you rather have a pet unicorn that constantly photobombs your pictures, or a pet parrot that only speaks in celebrity impressions?
Well, no, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. I'm Team Parrot
I
all
think
the
that
way.
unicorn
Right.
would fucking piss me
Parrot.
off after a while.
Every picture you're at the Eiffel
Yeah.
Tower and it's fucking unicorn. It's fine. Kind of funny though.
It's not about you, unicorn.
Yeah, I'm not very unicorny.
You know. I had a buddy
The,
who
par-
called,
the,
who called
the
us-
parrot probably piss you off after a while too, though.
If it was
Yeah.
constant.
The same quote over
What?
and over again because he thinks it's hilarious.
I probably
you, parrot.
would pick the unicorn then for that aspect because sometimes people who just talk too much, they just piss me off. So I would end up getting annoyed and I want to get rid of that parrot.
But parrots can live a long time, right? So it
yeah,
could be like.
so it would, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so say it's like a
Have
40-year-old
somebody silent in your-
parrot, and it's quoted
how long does a
90s
unicorn live?
comedies.
Right. That's where I was going to ask.
How long
I mean,
does a fucking unicorn live, though, bud?
compared to the unicorn short lifespan? Is
Yeah,
that what
right.
you're fucking getting at?
Right.
25 years for a
I
unicorn.
think unicorns are mythical. I think.
No, they're not.
Which
So-
means forever.
But if you had a mythical
Ever.
creature that always showed up in your photos, your
Forever.
photos would be really popular. You'd be the
Until,
king of the
until
gram.
That is true.
I would
You'd be
not.
the king of the gram.
I would
Go with
stop
the
taking
unicorn over the
photos.
parrot.
Would you?
Yeah.
No,
I'd be like,
no.
I would
If
trick
that-
it. I'd be like, can you take this picture of me?
If that unicorn was a chiropractor, would it be the brown horn technique?
the brownicorn.
Brown corn.
technique?
Damn, this horn of mine's always getting in the way. But is it?
Charlie. Let's go to Magic Mountain.
Oh my gosh.
God damn it. In a battle of wits, would you rather face...
Sorry.
In a battle of wits, would you rather face an opponent armed with an unlimited supply of puns or a comedian with an arsenal of dad jokes?
Puns.
Yeah, I think puns.
Puns would be funnier. The dad jokes would get old.
I don't know. Sometimes
I mean,
they,
does
sometimes
that-
they
I like
sneak
dad
in,
jokes,
bro.
but the punny. I mean, I like a good pun.
When you say Battle of Wits, I go straight to Princess Bride, by the way. Straight
I
to that
would,
scene
you
of
can
Princess
only
Bride.
do, I would say the pins too, because there are only so many dad jokes.
There's
No.
a billion fucking...
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
there's a lot of dad jokes.
There's a
I
lot.
don't know,
of
but there's
dad
something
jokes.
really great about a
I
good
think,
pun.
Yeah.
I'm not a dad, so I would totally get over it.
I can hear the Sicilian. You never enter a battle of wits with a Sicilian. I can hear that guy telling me. I can hear that guy telling me puns, and I love it.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
I can see it. Yeah, I think
I'm all for it.
I think I'd take puns. I don't know if I'd win that battle. I'd give it a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be much of a battle, but I'd enjoy it.
Yeah,
Well lasted.
yeah.
You got any advice that you give to a young lady trying to enter into our field?
Sorry,
Enter.
I'm still on the other fucking technique.
You said enter.
Yeah.
You got it.
You called it a field.
Gosh, you guys.
Sorry, Renee.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
Some
the
fields are
only-
covered with grass.
Play ball.
The only advice that I would have is you got to really make sure this is what you love to do and just be genuine and have fun with it, and success will come. Like everybody is always focused on, as soon as they get out, it's success, success, success. But it doesn't just work like that. It's like you have to work hard. You have to genuinely love what you do.
Well, you have to want
and
it.
yeah, and you have to just be a good person. Like that, you'll get success just doing that.
I think that's life advice, Renee.
It is.
Good job.
It
Yeah.
is.
Well done. Well played.
Yeah, and it's hard. Like I said, it's hard, and you have to every day want to do it. And if you don't, then it's not for you. Because unless you're, somehow independently wealthy, you're going to be saddled with quite a bit of debt from it too, and it's hard,
Right.
and that's hard to manage.
Right,
So.
and you have to be likable. People have to trust you. So really, people who come and he practices the same way. People who come into our office, we treat them more like a friend or family versus a patient. So we aren't overly professional, but it makes people feel comfortable that they're more on a, friend basis with us, or more of a family basis with us, that they know that they are actually getting good care and it's not just a business for us.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, that happens with the amount of time we actually spend and take with people, because if
they're
they're on a
yes.
conveyor belt through your office, and
Right.
you never can build that relationship, and so.
So he and I, we spend 15 minutes on each patient. So we don't do double booking. That's just not how we practice. So we really do get to know our patients and spend a lot of time with them and get to know them versus, all right, here's your 2-minute quickie. See ya.
Yeah, it's good.
Come back in 2 days.
Can't brown thumb them in 2 minutes.
No,
man.
no.
So-
How long does it?
No,
take?
you got to build up.
No,
gotta-
serious
You gotta
question.
get comfortable.
I can't really. It's all about. I can't really. It's all about the feel. Like when the sacrotuberous ligament relaxes, like it's about the laxity. Like whenever it relaxes,
Oh, no, I'm
then
kind of familiar.
then like yeah,
Well,
you just.
and
Can't
al-
rush
and
it.
also it's
Right.
No,
No,
you
'cause
have a
it'll-
little
'cause it'll-
pressure there for
yeah.
as long as it takes.
Yeah,
for it to
it'll
relax.
fight you for 5 minutes.
And there's,
And bite back.
but there's a whole procedure to it where, like, you're supposed to
whole.
have there's a certain set of X-rays you're supposed to take, and you're
Gotta
supposed to
watch the
diagnose
splash
the
guard,
problem
too.
And you're
from the
supposed-
X-rays, and you treat it
Fun.
according to the X-rays,
Okay.
not necessarily how you feel. I would always treat by what I feel instead.
Sure.
But because I don't have the ability, I don't have the skill to read the X-rays like that and make the measurements. If I did it every day,
Sure,
that's all
sure,
I did,
sure.
I could, but I don't. So you got to do it by feel instead.
So, you've done one?
Well, that wasn't Logan basic per
No.
se.
Oh, so
That
but
was
in
more
your
of the
in your
coccyx adjustment.
in your
Internal.
in your career now, how many have you done? You've done the lady that needed Okay.
But we're talking; those are 2 different techniques.
Oh.
Logan
Yeah.
Basic is different than the internal.
Mm-hmm.
Because Logan Basic, you don't actually.
You don't
Go.
go in.
You don't go in.
You're
okay.
pretty close.
Right.
So on the Logan Basic
Penetrate.
or the Logan Tube, whatever. What? How many times have you done that on patients since graduating?
No adults, no adult patients.
Okay.
Only babies.
Yeah, I've done probably on every kid I've adjusted.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just how you adjust it.
Because,
Vic.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I hold them,
But
I'll grab the supratenous ligament and I'll just work them down.
Sure,
and I'll
sure.
adjust it. Yeah.
So what about adults? How many have you ever in 16 years have you had an adult that you've performed that on?
No.
No.
Was that taught to you though because it had been the norm for so long prior?
It's like a legacy technique of
Okay.
school.
For Logan, they only teach it at Logan. It
Oh,
is a Logan
that's a real thing.
specific technique.
It's
Okay.
called, 'cause the founder of the school is Hugh Logan, and he invented basic technique.
Gotcha.
Okay. Do you do anything similar? So you adjust dogs. Is there anything like that
Yeah.
with the dogs
Well,
too?
well, I mean,
I mean, I'm not-
into their like what we equivalent to your like piriformis muscle and stuff, but like I don't go.
I know. I mean, I know you're not fucking putting fingers in the bum of the dog.
It's not
but
expressing their glands.
Yeah, no,
but
yeah.
You can release their pelvis and stuff like that.
no shit.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
really
super
wonderful.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten your dog adjusted?
Never have. Never really even thought about that. That's a wonderful, never. Wow, I feel like a schmuck now.
It's a
No,
gift.
I
You
mean-
should give it.
It is, yeah, right.
You can be taught.
I had to bring her in for cryotherapy. See her head sticking
Oh,
up out of
bro,
the tube.
I don't know about that.
Put a space
That-
helmet on her. Like plasma.
makes me nervous thinking
Fucking
about that.
Mork from
man.
Mork.
Right. But she's a lab. She's got a pretty good coat.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, she got a coat on her.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I brushed the
Good stuff.
Great Dane yesterday, and it's just little bitty hairs.
Yeah, those
Like,
things will
yeah.
get in, they splinter you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those. I mean,
Yeah.
those. They actually. So one of my boxers had like the very, very short, coarse hairs,
Yeah.
and it literally got stuck in the palm of my hand. You had to pull it out like
No
a
shit.
splinter.
Yep. I used to step
Those
on
little
my kid's
hairs
hair
get
and get a
stuck in
splinter.
everything.
Yep.
Yeah, she had this brush that is like a loop. It's like a rake, but it loops around. I hadn't seen one like that before,
For
and
short-haired
so
dogs.
yeah. So finally, he let me brush him, and like it was kind of cool. It was like this neat bonding moment where
My lab-
he relaxed. And
My
I
lab
was able
blows
to-
out twice a year, and it is. You'd think that there was a Wookiee that lived in the house.
Oh sure, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's just So
But yeah, anyway.
yeah,
Good
I've been enjoying.
We were talking to Max about the Air Force housing. I was telling him about that apartment with dog hair
Oh yeah.
that was behind the baseboards.
Oh,
Oh,
Like
that's
the,
crazy.
behind the baseboards were full of dog hair. It was a Rottweiler, and they were little. They were. I guess that's
Yep,
how they got
those
in
short
there
ones
then.
are worse
They
than
were
the long
really
ones,
short.
dude.
yeah.
It was a full dog behind the baseboards in this apartment.
Yeah, because I had wolfhounds, and so that hair's so long, it's
Oh,
just so
yeah.
easy to sweep up
Yep.
with a
Yep.
broom. It's nothing, but you can't sweep up
No.
freaking. You got to mop it up.
No, you gotta
Like,
get
You
it's-
actually
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
So, have you seen those? They're silicone brooms,
Okay.
and that uses like the static, and it gets those tiny little hairs.
Probably do.
Wow.
They're
Okay.
perfect.
All right.
And it's like the broom that you use to get the hair out of the carpets too. Kind of like it kind of looks like a squeegee.
That's wild.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Learning so much today.
Right.
it uses the static, and
Thank
so it can pull the
Right.
hair out of the
Silicone
carpets,
brain.
and it works better than the vacuum. But obviously,
Wow.
it's just a lot
There it
more
is.
work to get it
That shit.
to get it out.
Right.
It's like a fucking rake.
Yeah, it is. So I have one of those, and it's fantastic.
I'll be damned.
You
The
have
amount of hair.
hardwood floors, like that's what you're on.
Yes,
Okay.
and it gets the little hairs, and it gets even more of the dust and the dirt.
Huh.
It's fantastic. So I use that thing first, and then I vacuum after.
Probably do.
I
Damn.
think this has been the most educational podcast we've done.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
I feel like I should have taken notes today.
I feel like I just went through
Right.
kindergarten through like postdoctorate. Like
Right.
I
One was
Yeah.
kindergarten.
well, you
Was
know,
the thumb in the butt kindergarten?
definitely.
Oh
Okay.
well, I mean,
mean-
it depends on which office you go to.
I mean, we took it like a kindergartner.
Yeah,
but-
I did. I was not mature at all
I'm still
today.
giggling
So
about
right, I am too.
Right.
So,
I love it. I mean, they never get old.
do you have an FMK?
Chuck does.
Chuck does.
No, I don't. You
Oh.
do. You asked the questions, buddy.
No, that's you.
Oh, it's
No.
figure it out.
Okay. Well, here's we got to preface is that. Do you know any Stephen King movies?
Well, yeah.
You know Christine?
No.
See,
that's like
that was
How do you not know Christine? Christine's the one with the car.
Right. That's
Car that
probably
comes
why.
to life and
It's a 57 Buick Savoy.
Yeah, I have not
Or-
seen that one.
Chrysler Savoy.
I will be honest with
All
you.
right.
Well,
Man.
That one's not going to work today. Then.
So is that a wrap?
Man.
No. So okay. So we'll substitute one in.
So just do the regular ones then. Just do the ones everybody knows.
Okay. So FMK, you know what that is? Fuck, marry, kill. We end every episode with fuck, marry, kill. Jeez.
I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Yeah. So we got 3 people, and you got to pick. It's
Okay.
gonna be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
your first choice is Pennywise. Okay. Second choice.
Not
Have
the
you,
band.
you've seen it, right?
I'm aware. He just said Stephen King.
Okay.
Well, okay.
So Pennywise. Second.
New or old?
would be Michael Myers,
Okay.
and third would be Chucky.
Oh.
It's a tough one today.
Oh.
We all have to pick two. So.
Mary.
Oh,
Kill.
boy. That's
Oh God, this is weird.
Better be careful there, Doc.
Yeah. Fuck, marry, kill. I would kill Pennywise. I would fuck Chucky, and I would marry Mike Myers.
Ah!
You fucking freak. You can't win this one, Renee. Sorry.
blasted.
No, I know this one is really
Wow.
weird, but it's just like
You
classic.
marry Mike Myers?
Yeah.
He's strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Protect you.
The dude never says anything, though.
Exactly.
Okay,
Duh.
listen.
He never,
Listen, Linda.
He never runs out of
Listen,
energy.
Linda.
You know.
Yeah.
So you fucked the doll, huh?
Well, I mean, it's just
Fucking a
once.
clown?
Yeah,
It's just once.
But he
Yeah.
could turn it into anything you wanted.
What?
Chucky could.
Pennywise can.
Clown, yeah.
Oh,
Pennywise
I didn't
good.
think about
See,
that.
when
But it's only based on. But it's
Okay.
based on
You're scared
fear.
of when
Okay.
But it's
So
based
you're
on
like, ooh.
fear, so that's different. No,
Okay,
it
well,
can
it's
only
just-
turn into your
I
fear.
just had it,
Yeah.
I guess, but whenever you put it that way, it's like there's
Yeah.
a doll, and there's. I was thinking more. Okay, it's a doll or a clown. Like I don't know.
He's down the sewer grades, like the water runoff. I don't want any of that.
Yeah,
It-
you
yeah.
can
just kill
Coli,
that.
Giardia.
Depends on the country.
Yeah.
Because no one said No,
But you know what,
I'm not
like,
even. Nope. I'm
Something that
just
we've
not
never
even gonna keep
really
my mouth shut.
solidified here is when you marry this character,
You are probably
you
fornicating. with him.
probably have to fuck him too.
Yeah.
Right? At
Yeah.
some point. So
You're
What?
married,
Yeah, what's
so
that?
only you're
Separate
married, so
category
only
for
once
it.
or
Am I thinking
twice,
too deep into
like
it?
once a
Yeah,
month.
There wouldn't be a separate category.
Bro, weren't you married?
Oh.
Yeah, so only like once a month.
For 27 years.
Oh.
Right.
So you had sex, what, once a month?
Twice at least.
27
Like
months?
kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Twice at least.
Right.
You had 2 kids, right?
Right.
Right.
Those
That's why,
times-
Yeah,
that's why,
I
I,
know.
that's why I have two.
Yeah.
That's why I have 2 kids' moms.
Right, touche. I hear you.
Right.
Makes sense.
Right.
Right on. I'll shut up.
You're just gonna spend the rest of your life with that person.
Yeah, I just wasn't trying to overthink
Killing
it. I was
people.
just
But no,
being
you did
over it.
good because he doesn't talk.
Yeah, he
That
did
was
not
good.
talk.
Yeah, he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
He's strong.
I like-
He's
Yeah, that one was the easy one. The other two, I just
I'd probably fuck the doll too, actually.
But the whole thing with
like a
Michael
real
Myers is that he's not actually Michael Myers. He's the shape. He's the shape.
So he's a ghost.
No, he's
Well, Michael Myers is actually like a real person. He just wears a mask and
no,
some,
but he's not. He's the shape. He's not a human anymore.
Why isn't he?
He's like like an embodiment of evil. He's the shape.
He's like an
That's-
entity
that's
in
what he
human
is.
form.
Ah.
I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's called the shape.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah.
one where I said the boys tell me he fucking teleports everywhere?
Basically.
That's
how he
so
never-
just like bing, you just,
He's
Oh, is that why he just
walk-
shows up?
Yeah, he's
and then he
teleports.
walks slowly.
Yeah.
Well,
super slow.
so
Yeah.
the old lady loves them movies, so she watches them
I love
fucking
those
constantly.
movies too. I
So
do.
who taught his ass how to drive a car? Because he's awfully good at driving cars,
No,
and
no.
he never gets pulled over.
Used to
Michael
watch
Myers?
Chips.
Yeah, never gets pulled
just
over.
drives-
He's
Grew up
good
on
at
Dukes of
driving
Hazzard.
cars.
Slow.
Yeah.
Right.
Real
He's just a
slow.
good old boy. Never doing no harm.
Never
Gets-
never made
gets-
it on.
Gets in a car. He knows exactly what to do. He
Prove
doesn't
it.
have any problems.
Yeah.
Oh my
No
God.
fingerprints.
Well, I mean,
I'm guessing.
Right.
probably not.
Oh,
All right.
Good shit.
yeah.
Renee, thanks for coming on. You did great. Did you finish your drink?
You survived.
No.
Oh.
Gosh,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. Just don't take it on the road.
Or do.
You have to.
I-
There's a truck out here you could
Do,
drive.
do you think she's getting pulled over?
It has too much sugar in it.
Ugh.
Does it? It's
Simply
got,
sugar is what it should be called.
it's
No,
got
it's not very much,
5%
actually.
juice.
Boy, please. It has
5%.
35 grams.
And that whole thing of
Yes.
Mountain Dew has
No,
like
wait.
150.
Are you sure it's 35 or are there 2 servings in that?
That is, yes. 35 is for the 2 servings.
Is it really?
It's not bad.
No, considering like what it could be. That's
I know, but
Yeah,
I
it's
just
really
don't.
not
So
so bad.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I don't really drink a bunch of sugar
Okay.
or eat a bunch of
Don't normally come on this show either, do you? Look at us go.
Right.
Yep.
Look at us
now.
go. Well, would you look at that?
Don't normally stick your
He's a bad
thumb up people's
influence.
butts, but you know how.
to limit my hanging out once a
He's
week.
a bad influence.
All right. Thanks for tuning in,
Ooh.
Renee. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
Thanks for
Thank
thanks for
you.
caving into
really good.
Drew's begging and making the appearance. Give us a like, share, comment. I won't be here next week.
Do you want to? Would you like?
Oh, you're going on that
South
North
Carolina?
Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yep.
I'm gonna put it in the description, but you want to give your address and stuff for your business?
Yeah,
in
where's
case
your-
anybody's up there and wants to see you?
Yeah. Where's your office?
Oh,
at?
sure. It is on Godfrey Road. Well, no, actually, it's off of Godfrey Road, but it's 5213 May Drive, Suite B, Godfrey, Illinois. So it's behind the new BJC outpatient clinic.
What's,
Oh, okay.
what's
That
the
they
name
built
of your
on.
practice?
It's just me. My name,
Just me?
Renee Fleming. DC.
Just me.
It should be called just me. That'd be.
That would be
perfect.
Yeah.
Just me.
Yeah.
Just me.
Can't ever hire another doctor.
No,
Right.
it's
New
just
business
me.
card.
Brown Thumb Chiropractic.
Yep, I handle
BTC.
everything. It's just me. Just my name.
It's
Very
kind of
nice.
it's kind of weird they built that neighborhood and then they put that little strip mall behind BJC. Is it strange to you?
It's not real. It's not a strip mall though, so they're just two
Well, yeah,
professional
yeah.
buildings.
Yeah.
So the building that I'm in is the financial planning building. So
Okay.
I'm in the suite on the
Right.
side of it, and then there's the dental building.
Okay.
And then in front of it is the BJC
Yeah, it's just,
outpatient.
I don't know. It's weird because they built like these really expensive duplexes and then nothing across the street for a while, and they're like, yeah, we'll put.
It's like a retirement community back
Yeah.
there.
Like, share, and subscribe.
There you go.
Thank you.